What is up, everybody? How are you doing? Late? Sorry. I turned it on and I was like, oh man, I need a cup of water before I start. How's it going, everybody? I hope everybody is doing good. There's a few things I want to do today, but the first of which is check out the buffs to Prot warriors that are coming and see just how big or small they're going to be, basically, right? I want to know. It's going to be another, oh, you guys can see that tall bottle. It's going to be another 5% buff to Vanguard, another 5% buff to the stamina and HP aspects of it. Ignore Pain is going off of the global, which is also really good. They're nerfing our Azurite trait by a lot. Deafening Crash is getting nerfed by a lot. I'm not happy about it, but I understand it. You basically need that Azurite trait. Without that Azurite trait, you know, you need it. You need one of those Azurite traits, and without it, you're just incomplete. You know, you're just taking a ton of damage. But I want to check out the buffs. The nerf is probably like a 60 to 70% nerf on the Azurite trait. It's pretty heavy because on an average avatar, I get in about 10 thunderclaps. It is now capped at 3. So yeah, what's up, Rage Girl? Rage Girl, I saw your message yesterday. I'm sorry, I had an emergency I had to tend to yesterday, so wasn't able to stream yesterday, but live today and tomorrow to make up for it. So yeah, I'm gonna look at the buffs, and I'm trying to think. There was one more thing that was also being changed right now. Let me take a look. Let me look at MMO champ. What's up, Demon Hunter? But yeah, buffs. I want to see exactly how much they do. So we'll log into the PTR right now. I just need to be here first in live. I'm gonna write down my numbers of exactly what happens. I just copied my character over to Ignore Pain, off the global, half a second. Oh, faster shield blocks. That's the other thing. Okay, 2 seconds faster in each charge, that's a lot. We're going back to Legion numbers on that. I believe it was 16 seconds before. It'd be nice if instead of just giving me more buttons to press, they also gave me more rage for those buttons. However, we'll see how this works out. Did I get any new gear since we're talking about stuff? On Thursdays, I'm trying to make up for yesterday. Did I get new gear? I don't think so. I think the newest piece of gear I got was this belt, which is from Old Deer. Oh, here's something new that I did get. I was just on late on the weekend, and where is it? I don't have that many favorite mounts, really. I was on late on the weekend, and I was on my alts, just grinding things out, and I got, it better be one of the favorites. Aha! I got this guy. Finally. Finally. I didn't have him. You got the shield from Gahoon? Yes. I did. That was, I want to say that was 2 weeks ago. In fact, for this shield for Gahoon, my GM, I was trying to see of a transmog that fit this shield very well, and my GM came up with one, which I've been trying to grind out as well. I need to go back and do, Mythic Tomb of Sargeras has some of the pieces, and Mythic Antorus has some of the other pieces. So, trying to grind that out. Let me see if I can show you guys. Legion, Tomb, I believe Desolate Host has the first few. So it'd be like those two guys. And then the belt comes from Kill Jaden or from Fellhounds. Yeah, but it's this kind of set. This like blue. So that would be what I'm going for. Soul Tempered Chestplate. I don't know if I'm crazy about those boots, but yeah, like this is the same. Oh, this is actually a better belt. I actually like that one a little bit more. So I've been trying to like do these old runs as well. But yeah, stuff like Antaurus, you still need 14 good people. Or 16. Fudsy, how's it going, mate? Dean, it's going good, man. It's going good. Haven't noticed it before my creep. Yeah, for sure. It's all good. Congrats on the spooky mount. Did I get my emissary for 370? I honestly stopped doing emissaries. I have two 385s, and then I have this 370. So I stopped doing emissaries. There isn't like... Iron Fortress is one of the better Azurite traits. They did get reworked a little bit. I think it's the third best now. So there is a possibility of me getting a small upgrade, but I'm not gonna bother with the small upgrade to an Azurite trait, but nothing to my main stats. I'm just not going to. Good luck farming that. Can't solo it yet. Yeah, I know, Red. I've tried. What is my item level? 375. 375. So I'm gonna open up a notepad here, just so I can write down some numbers. So currently, I am sitting at, thanks for the sub by the way, I hope you are enjoying your time here. I'm sitting at 8.3k armor, which is, I don't think they're changing the armor formula, but I'm going to write down these numbers just in case. I'm also sitting at 5436 strength. And it's 1469, just naturally added with 3967 from my spec. And stamina, I'm sitting at 897. 1002 naturally and 9895 from my gear. Did you see in Discord you're about to hit 200% Ash? Yes, I did see that, man. That is a lot, a bit ridiculous. How dare you deny the carrot? Yeah, there's some carrots I just don't care for. Is this my main? Yes, yes it is. Blood gets a 15% armor nerf, but they get a 15% armor nerf, but then like a 13% armor buff on Bone Shield. So yeah, then it's not really a nerf. There's a very, very small change. Congrats on the mount, thanks. You run it every Hallows Eve. I started running it on all my alts too. What is the drop rate of the shield? I legitimately don't know. I got it 2 weeks ago, and then this Tuesday, my co-tank got it. Locked. Bone Storm healing reduced by a lot. That's a 66% nerf, right? Instead of 3% per tick, it's 1%. I believe so. Painfully low. Okay, and then I'm also sitting at 217.9 thousand HP. Let me go test out my Ignore Pain. I don't think the Ignore Pain values are changing, but just in case, I do want to see. So my current Ignore Pain is exactly 31,951. Okay, so 31k for my Ignore Pain. I think I got down all the numbers I need here. Okay, I want to check out how big of a difference these buffs are going to be. So, don't mind me while I hop over to the PTR. They'll probably nerf Bone Shield uptime. Really, you think so? I think DKs are going to be a little too... They're already a little spiky. They would be a little too spiky if they nerf Bone Shield uptime. Okay, so I haven't even logged in. I need to rename this character. Let's just name him Two Sunders. Yeah, I don't think they would nerf the uptime on Bone Shield. I think something that they can do is maybe reduce the maximum amount of stacks of Bone Shield. They could nerf the healing, but if they nerf the healing, they have to increase armor in some way to make it so that they're not bouncing all over the place. They could... There's a few things they can do, right? They can also nerf a little bit of like rage generation. I mean, a runic generation, but I don't think that's the right way of going it. I don't think slowing down the gameplay is going to help anyone. All right. All this nonsense. All right. So, where? These bars. What is this shield? I have the regular Gahoon shield? What? Okay. You've selected... Oh, you have no favorite mounts. Got it. Let's just fly to a dummy. Most of your damage is from deep wounds is ridiculous. Hitting like 10k DPS. you're gonna make arms warriors a thing. I mean mastery arms a thing. Okay. So first thing I need to check is my brand new HP. So my brand new HP is 225,000 up from 217. That is a 8,000 increase. It's not bad. 8,000 increase is not... Oh, let me also do this. Armor is going to be sitting at almost 1% better. Yeah, the stamina increase is about 400. And how much more strength? No, what? Oh, battle shout. It's not on my bars. Do I have like weird bar setup on live? That's fine. So, armor. I mean, strength. Yeah, no, it's not. There is no increase in strength. I thought there was a 5% increase. I'm still wearing the same gear. Same Azeroth level up to a maximum. Where's the new deafening crash? Up to a maximum of 6 seconds. That hurts my soul. Yeah, there's no strength increase as of right now. Stamina is increased. For sure. Armor is increased. No strength increase. So Vanguard should read 55% of your strength. Armor is increased. Okay. Oh, I misread that. Oh, you guys can't see this? Whoops. Aha. There we go. Sorry. I got it. My bad. I was caught up in the moment. I was very caught up in the moment. Beth is love, Beth is life. Bone Storm was changed to only scale up to 15% per second. Saw the VOD. What's up, chicken? How you doing? Guardian, Druid, and Warrior, maybe Paladins need some buffs. You don't know about Demon Hunters? Demon Hunters need some buffs. Sorry about that, guys. Bone Storm was changed to only scale up to 15, 3% per enemy. Oh, only up to 15. Got it. It got nerfed down a little bit. %5 armor increase. Yeah, my bad. My bad. Why is it yellow though? What are you guys talking about? It's gonna be neat having 200k HP at only 360 item level. Yeah, so I'm sitting at 225. I see the armor. I was sitting at 56.91, so I got 0.7% armor, extra 8,000 HP. My ignore pain, I don't believe is changing. But let me fill up a whole rage bar here. Oh, all my key bindings are gone. I gotta click stuff. This is weird. I don't think it's worth it to set up key bindings at the moment. Alright. Give me a little bit of rage. What buffs? So Evil, there are buffs on the PTR right now, which is what I'm on. So okay. Look at Ignore Pain here. You see how everything else is incurring a global cooldown? Ignore Pain is no longer incurring a global cooldown. It's off the global. We now also have more HP. So I got, with my current gear at 375 item level, I got 8,000 more HP and a little bit more armor. About 0.7% reduction in armor. It's going to vary since it is, you know, according to diminishing returns. So I got about 0.7 more. But okay, now let's do something with the global cooldown. Let me click shield, or I'm spamming Devastate, right? So as soon as you see the yellow number of Devastate, I'm gonna hit Ignore Pain 2. Ready? Oh, I don't have keep. Okay, you know what? I need that key binding for Ignore Pain if I'm gonna do this correctly. Okay, so yellow number, Ignore Pain. Oh my god, I can do things. I'm hitting Ignore Pain as soon as I hit that Devastate. Oh, that feels nice. It feels nice already. I don't think there's any change to the total size of Ignore Pain. I will, let me cancel it. Because I didn't see anything on the patch notes say anything about size for Ignore Pain. No, it's still the same size. So, still the same Ignore Pain, but it's off the global. That's going to be nice. That's going to be very nice. To be fair, you'd prefer keeping Thunderclap unchanged and never buff us. The only reason you bring a Prot word Mythical is pure damage. Theodorus, the thing... Okay. So, the Deafening Crash change is going to affect us. But the part that you're talking about is if you run... Oh, God, all these tutorials. If you run Booming Voice... That means that you increase your damage done to that target by 15%, right? Because if you look at Demo Shout, they reduce damage they do to you. So this doesn't increase your damage. Booming Voice does. So what this means is that while Thunderclap is while Avatar is active and you're running Unstoppable Force, which isn't changed, there's going to be a 7-second downtime of 15% less damage. That's not going to kill your damage. The big part of your damage is Unstoppable Force. It doubles your Thunderclap damage. So if you take a look at something like Thunderclap, Thunderclap hits for 5,000. Shield Slam is supposed to be your big threat generator, right? Shield Slam hits for 7k. That means that when you pop Avatar with Unstoppable Force, your Thunderclap doubles, hitting for 10,000, right? So it's going to out DPS Shield Slam. It's going to hit 10,000 per target. So the DPS component of Prot Warriors is still there. We're getting nerfed. We're getting about 6 to 7 seconds no, I'm sorry. About 12 to 14 seconds. 6 to 7 casts. About 12 to 14 seconds less of Demo Shout uptime, which is only going to be multiplied by 15% increase. The big damage component of your Avatar Unstoppable Force is just this talent point, Unstoppable Force, and the nature of Thunderclap. So in terms of damage done, you're not going to get nerfed by like a crazy amount. Your warrior is 360, 194k, like 7,700 armor, might be 7,900. I would say closer to 7,800. I got a let's see, my armor went up. And if we're talking about not percentages, my armor went up by 200. So your armor, Squirrel, might go up by like 150 or something. It's not a big amount. Your shield, I don't know why I have this yellow color on this one. It's weird. Is there a blue post or anything? Yeah, I'll get you the link right now. Oh, I just closed it right before this. Let me get you the link. Did I scroll down a little too far? It's this post. This is the post if you want to check out like the actual data mined things. But we went over What were the changes? So the changes were 5%. So if we look at Vanguard got 5% more to stamina. So right now, currently in BFA Live, our stamina is increased by 40%, and the armor increase is 50% of our strength. So 5% more to each one of those categories, 45%, 55%, which is going to increase. It increased my armor by 0.7% reduction. I got an extra 8,000 HP. Also, the other change that we didn't really go over so far, shield block is now 16 seconds base. Now, I do have a little bit of haste, so I go down to 13, but 16 seconds instead of 18. So it's a 2%, a 2-second buff to shield block. And then ignore pain is off the global. So if you look here, right, look at my bars down at the bottom where I have ignore pain right here. Everything else has the global cooldown happening. Ignore pain doesn't. So as soon as Devastate hits, I'll spam ignore pain right now. Ready? And see that? I got ignore pain, and you saw the yellow Devastate number. So a few changes like that. Ignore pain numbers aren't actually changing, but off the global. Reduce recharge time. Yep. There's basically like a 4-second window that it won't be up or something like that. I'm not sure exactly. It depends a lot on your haste, to be honest. You're gaining damage from Avatar? Yes, that too. Avatar is 30% damage done, I believe. Can someone please explain this discussion? Is this PTR live? This is PTR right now, Evil Being. So this is for 8.1. So just to give you an idea of when you can expect this, Evil Being, we have BlizzCon coming up next week. And then after BlizzCon, I expect another week or 2 weeks of PTR. I expect 8.1 to come out late November. That is my guess, late November, because the first and a half weeks of November, November 2nd through November 10th, we have the WoW Classic demo, and then we have probably like 2 more weeks of testing, and then it's probably going to go up. So yeah, you can probably expect this late November, latest early December. We've been last standing, you're golden. Yes, anger manager's not getting changed. All that's still great. Can't wait for 8.1. Been maining Prot Warrior for over 10 years now. Look, Prot Warriors are still viable, right? Here's the one thing though, Evil Being, if you are still playing a Prot Warrior, if you look at the Deafening Crash tooltip, it got nerfed to only be up to 6 seconds extended time. So that is one thing that does kind of suck. I wonder, actually, let me go to Zoldazar and see if Deafening Crash stacks now, because it didn't before, because then you would be able to extend it indefinitely. Since we're limited to 3 thunderclaps for 6 seconds, I wonder if I can do 2 traits for 12 seconds, which is still less than what I currently get in BFA. I really doubt it, but the ability to stack and not stack Azerite traits has always been hidden. There is no tooltip, there's nothing. It's just kind of like you have to test it and see what it is. So let me go test it out. These changes, while not what we hope for, still makes me happy in my pants. I agree with these changes. What are your thoughts on Prot Warriors? So my thoughts on Prot Warriors right now are this. It's nice that we're getting the ability to hit more buttons more often, right? Faster shield block, ignore pain off the global. We can hit those buttons faster. We can use them more reactionary. We can use them whenever we want to more often. But it's nice to have more buttons to hit, but with what rage is my issue. With what rage? Nerf the rage cost of ignore pain, or nerf the rage cost of ignore pain, or increase the rage of charge and shield slam. Like from Legion to BFA, our rage generation and our rage generation went down and our rage costs went up. Get that back to a more normal level, and why if we can have that, increased rage generation, decreased rage cost, 100% I'm on board. This is it, we're good. But until that happens, it's nice that we got more buttons, but I don't know what rage I'm supposed to use for those extra buttons. It's not like I'm already swimming in rage. I never find myself going, oh, I gotta hit revenge more to rage dump. You know, the only time you ever have to rage dump is when you're off tanking in a raid, and that's, you know, not a very normal circumstance. That's everyone. Every tank is going to have an excess of resources when they're not tanking, because you're not using those resources to stay alive. So while I like these changes, and they are definitely a step in the right direction, I want to be able to hit those buttons more. So let me hit those buttons more. There is no other viable build for ITF or Into the Fray, Unstoppable Force, Boomy Voice, and AM. Just hoping that this ain't one of the end of the buffs just start. I agree. Mastery needs rework. Yes, I am completely okay, Theodorus, if they remove our mastery. Just get rid of our mastery and actually give us a brand new one. I would love it if we could get a mastery that was like Manaroth Bracers, right? How come it didn't reset? No power choices to undo. What? Okay, do I have to unequip it? Alright, PTR. This is why I keep so many pieces of armor. So I'm already running Deafening Crash on shoulder, so let me not check shoulders. Helmet. Does this have Deafening Crash? No. 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 This really is why I keep all these Azurite pieces. It's like, it gets a little ridiculous sometimes. Aha! This chest piece. If I can reset it. Alright. Let me reset this chest piece. No power choices. Guess I won't be testing that. I don't have any other pieces. This is all just shoulders. I would have to go on live, reset my Azurite trait on live, character copy again with the reset Azurite trait, and then jump in here. Okay. We can do that. We can do that later. I'm gonna make a video wrapping up all these buffs and what they mean, and so I can test that out. You can take some buffs. What I really want is viable talent options. I agree, Rhett. That as well. Right now there's this build, and this is the build. The only changes you can have to this build are the stun row 75, right? You can run Stormbolt if you want. Menace is very limited in my opinion, but you can pick it up. And then if you want to run Crackling Thunder instead of Bounding Stride to have bigger aggro radius, you can do that as well. But that's about it. That's about it. I like Dragon Roar as an ability. I wish we could get it. I wish there was a way for me to pick it up, but losing Unstoppable Force it's unthinkable. Like you don't lose Unstoppable Force. If you pick up Dragon Roar instead of Unstoppable Force, there's something not quite right. So I wish there was better competition. If Dragon Roar was like on a 10-second cooldown or something, and it was our AoE snare, so reduce the damage it does, make it like a 10-second cooldown, and make it apply that snare for 6 seconds, I can see me picking up Dragon Roar on Necrotic Weeks. I run in, Dragon Roar, pick up a little bit of threat, and then as soon as Dragon Roar is back up in about 10 seconds, I might do my first kiting session of these necrotic mobs. So I can see Dragon Roar working if it had a much smaller cooldown. Less rage generated, less damage done, that's fine. But 35-second cooldown, I can barely use that once per pull. Barely. You know, give me something that's a little bit better than that, and then we can start competing with Unstoppable Force. Into the Fray affects the times as well. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. You love watching my fish flap around? Thank you. That global cooldown change on IP is going to make the rotation much smoother. Yes, Genfu Lee, I agree. I completely agree. It's one big step in the right direction. Well, we need something that'll be valuable for Warrior. We got 0 utility spells. I think Warriors also need some kind of healing, some kind of ability to recover. You heard that they were doing stuff to Deafening Crash. Was that true? Yes, Deafening Crash is now maximum of 6 seconds. I can't have his sound on. What are you talking about? Sound on, Fivehead. What is my haste as arms? I don't know. I haven't. I honestly don't. I play arms a little bit, but I don't, you know, worry about it too much. Showed my wife how leet he is. She asked, is he holding a fish? It doesn't seem that leet. Ah. Let us go back to gaining rage one hit. That's already a thing. Look, right now, all I've been doing is auto-attacking. You generate rage. More rage. Or rage from blocking. So right now, you generate, if you look at my rage, every single time I auto-attack, I gain 2 rage. You gain 2 rage per auto-attack. And 3 rage every time you're hit, with about a 1 second internal cooldown on that rage hit. But it has to be an auto attack. With that rage, you find yourself overcapping all the time. It'll be nice to dump it off. With what rage? Really, you find yourself overcapping a lot? I don't really overcap too often. The only time I ever overcap is doing Avatar into a demo shout when I pulled something big, right? So I pulled something big, I'm getting hit, I'm getting rage from damage taken. I'm also generating more rage from auto attacking, and then I Avatar and Deafening Crash. Those are 2 other global cooldowns. And so at the end of this like 4-second, 5-second foray where I'm just doing all these things to give me more rage, that is the only time I ever overcap. But during a regular like rotation of tanking mobs, tanking bosses, anything like that, I don't overcap. Rage starvation is a real thing. Yeah, I have some. Maybe on single target on AoE when you're spamming Thunderclap every global cooldown, you don't have time to dump it. Lysos, I don't have that problem. Any good changes for Prot Warriors spawn? Yes. So if you look at Vanguard, 5% more to the amount of stamina we get, and 5% more to the amount of armor we get. Shorter cooldown on shield block, so instead of being 16 seconds, it is now 14. This is affected by haste, so that's why it says 13. And Ignore Pain is off the global, so right now I'll start spamming Devastator for you, and if you look at my bars, you see how Ignore Pain has no global cooldown attached to it. You see that? Everything else has a global, everything else is kind of timing out. Ignore Pain isn't, so I can spam Ignore Pain while spamming Devastate. We need self heals or a mass grip. I agree. Is shield block still 2 charges? Yes it is. So when they do the data mining, it looks like it says 1 charge every single time. What it's talking about is a tooltip per charge. Like, this is what the tooltip says. However, maximum amount of charges. I believe. I think they've. Wasn't there something? Yeah, Legendary Pants gave you 3 charges. So I think they have the tooltip reflect only 1 charge, just in case, and on their end they want to do something like a talent point or something like that that gives us an extra charge. What are my thoughts on vendor prices for Azurite on the PTR for Mythic Plus? Since they just got implemented, I don't even know if the if anyone has looted their weekly Mythic Plus chest here on the PTR to see how much they get from doing a 10. So as far as the prices go, the vendor's up here. As far as the prices go, it depends on how much currency we're really going to be getting. But regardless of how much currency we are going to be getting and what happens, I think that the changes are very good, honestly. Adding an Azurite vendor, all we need now is a PvP vendor too, and then we're all golden. But I am okay with adding a vendor for Azurite gear. That is 100% something I am for and enjoy. Oh, I can get my Deafening Crash to test it out. Got it. Okay, let me go back to Orgrimmar. Test out 2 stacks of Deafening Crash. I doubt it'll work, but let's go test it out. Wait, this is PTR? Yes, it is scoped over right now. Use Devastation talent is viable. Yeah, I guess so, because Booming Voice is getting a little bit of a nerf. But here's the thing, I like the rage I get from Booming Voice. So the damage aspect of Booming Voice is getting nerfed a little bit. But the rage is still there. And I think on average you're going to get more rage running Booming Voice than you will for Devastator. Although, here's the thing. With Ignore Pain off of the global, you're going to have more global cooldowns now, to where using Devastator, your filler, isn't going to feel that bad. Actually, I need to set in my key binding if I'm going to test out. If I'm going to test out doing this talent point, I want to use right action. Aha, there it is. So this is the right bar. Okay, here we go, and then where is my avatar? Oh, avatar's down here. Here, I'll just change what they normally are. What else do I need? I need shield block. Okay. So, I doubt this will work, but let's give it a shot. Oh, the lag. Oh, PTR's got some serious lag issues right now. No, it didn't work. Deafening Crash is no longer stacking. See that? Okay, so we can't double stack Deafening Crash. Although, did you guys see how fast I ate all that rage? Okay, let me go back and do full rage just to show you guys how fast I ate all that rage with Ignore Pain. So if I have a full bar of rage, full bar of rage right now, look how fast I'm gonna eat all this rage. That was all of my rage eaten up. Are you kidding? That feels good. However, Ignore Pain still doesn't stack up more than 1.3 times. That's something else I disagree with. I think Ignore Pain stacking up 3 times in Legion was fine. It's not like we have, it's not like we have a ton of rage nowadays to stack it up like as much as we did in Legion. So excited for this. I know IP off the global would be a good fist, and they're doing it. Yes. Is this PTR? Yes. Devastator giving rage yet? No. No, it is not, as far as I know. I was using it. No, there it is. Just deal some damage. When will 8.1 go live? I'm expecting late November, early December, because right now we have BlizzCon coming up next week, and from November 2nd to November 10th is WoW Classic demo, and then after that I expect like 2 full weeks of more testing. You know, all the developers are going to get back home after BlizzCon. They're going to need a little bit of a downtime right after BlizzCon, and then back to the PTR, back to developing live again. What's up, Koth? How are you doing? It is sad that we're excited about getting back vendors. Yes, I agree. I know this has been asked already, but how is Prot Wars doing in the PTR? You really want to re-roll from Brewmaster to Prot in 8.1? The PTR right now is really laggy, so I haven't tested out keys. Yeah, I haven't tested out keys, but I was trying to pop Avatar and Demo Shout there. Okay, look. Avatar, Demo Shout. Oh, there it goes. It seems like it's doing a little bit better. Oh, this feels so weird using Ignore Pain off the global again. Like, just being able to press Ignore Pain feels kind of weird. That feels weird again. Okay. Something else that I wish we got back. So yesterday, I know I'm late. But yesterday, I was doing the Maghar quest line, right? I was unlocking my Maghars. I decided I want to make a Maghar yesterday. So I'm doing the Maghar quest line, and Etrig is following me. And Etrig gets Charge Stun. I miss Charge Stun. Get rid of Menace and put back the Charge Stun that used to be a small AoE that I would use for Mythic Plus. That was on non-DR. 0.5 second stun, not a big stun, just non-DR interrupt. That would be amazing. I used to use that so much in Mythic Plus to interrupt casters. And the other person you're running with, the other Maghar person, has recklessness. So you're running with 2 warriors, unlocking Maghars that have things that you no longer have that were good. Although recklessness arguably wasn't that good for Prot. You take increased damage as well. So recklessness, sure, that doesn't need to come back. But the charge stun, I saw it and I was like, I need that. I don't understand why charge stun is gone. This is bad. What's up, Brian? How you doing? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. We're looking good, not S tier, but nice buffs. I agree. I think, honestly, with these changes, with getting Ignore Pain off of the global, what we're going to see is Prot warriors get bumped up a little bit. So, as opposed to fighting for the bottom, with Guardian Druids, I think we're going to be down there. When it comes to Mythic Plus, we're going to be right there with, like, monks, I would say, around there, because with Ignore Pain off the global, that means that no matter what the situation, we can also do really well with magic damage. Also, can one of you guys get on the PTR on a hunter? Are any of you guys available to get on the PTR? I would love to test something out. I'll turn off war mode. But if one of you guys can get on the PTR with a hunter, I want to see something. Because there was something else that was data mined that can be huge for warriors, but it was data mined as a maybe. So I want to see if it is. Prot warrior equal dead? No, man, we're coming back. Prot warrior is undead. Never die. Let's get some non-rip cubes because of the Prot warrior buffs. Yeah, man. That's what we're hoping for. We've been dead. Doesn't matter. We got our Lady Overlord backing us up. That's right. You just made your Maghar 2 days ago. Another warrior. I'm probably going to make a shaman. That's honestly what I was thinking of at the time. I miss Wind Fury and what it was, but I'll probably make a shaman. Do I know anything about Brewmaster Monks? You really wish we could have been some better self-healings from Mythic Plus. Gift of the Ox doesn't even cut it. And Heal Elixirs is on the wrong tree. For Brewmaster Monks, you shouldn't, like, it's messed up, and it feels bad that they don't have self-healing. I agree. But you also shouldn't necessarily need it that much. By keeping ISB up and purifying, you know, when you get to some nice heavy staggers, you should be okay. As long as your healer knows how Brewmasters work. So for a Brewmaster, if you want to just feel amazing and feel good when you're doing a run, Govdova, you get a Resto Druid. Your stagger is a dot on yourself, right? And the Resto Druid is hots. It's like a match made in heaven. They throw some hots on you, you take some damage, and it's just like you're canceling each other out. You sit at a certain amount of HP, and it's just beautiful. If you have other healers, Holy Paladins are just going to be really good at getting you back up, and they're going to be great at that. But other healers, they need to understand how a monk works. I think the monk's biggest weakness is a healer that doesn't understand how a monk takes damage and how they need to heal around stagger. I think that's the biggest weakness for monks. And Ian, when you log on and make a hunter, meet me outside of the gates of Orgrimmar, please. And what I want to see, so what was data mined, and what I want to see is, and let me move this, is that they said that ranged attacks can be blocked now. So I want to duel a hunter, have him auto attack me, and I want to see if I can block it. That's what I want to do. So if we can block ranged attacks, that is insane. That means that we're going to be able to block physical melee attacks, ranged attacks, and then magic damage is Ignore Pain off the global. That means we have an answer to everything in our kit. And the answer to everything is off the global. Shield block is off the global. Ignore Pain is off the global. And then unfortunately our Deafening Crash is getting nerfed. But we're going to be able to even bolster for that, right? Let me actually keybind bolster as well. Yeah, so I want to test that out. I want to see if we can block physical range attacks. As a healer, it is not hard to heal a monk to 100%. I think the difference is, Brian, you understand how a monk works. I had a buddy who was tanking on a monk. This isn't like, I swear to you, this happened. He was tanking on a monk, a pug run, and the healer of the Mythic Plus told him, "Hey monk, you're doing something wrong. I'm looking at the charts here. I'm looking at the damage taken charts, and you're dying to stagger." So I don't think everyone understands how a Brewmaster Monk works. And I think that is the biggest thing that can hurt you. Is there a link to the buffs? Yes, right here. Hello, my main was a Blood Decay, but I haven't played in 2 months. How are they doing lately? They are amazing, Mr. Cromley. They are the top tank for Mythic Plus, and they are arguably the second best tank for rating. So it doesn't matter what kind of content you do, you're either the best or the second best tank. So yeah, no big deal. Reread that. As a healer, it is hard to not heal monk tanks to 100%. So it's super easy to heal monk tanks. You missed out, my friend. They're getting nerfed in a month. They are getting nerfed in a month, but it's not substantial, Cromley. So your passive armor is getting nerfed, but your bone shield armor is getting buffed. So as long as you know how to play a DK and get bone shield up and have good uptime on your bone shield, you're good. You'll be fine. Hello, friend. Prot is back. Shakal, we're getting a little bit of buffs. Right now, I'm waiting for Ian. Ian said that he's creating a hunter here. I want to see if we can block physical range attacks. Is this you? Adamore? There's a hunter here. Yeah, you were doing a mother load on time, but the healer told me to stagger more damage, and you were not purifying enough, even though I was agreed to stagger the whole time. Yeah, so I think that's the biggest weakness of a monk tank, I think, is healers. Is this you, Ian? Is that you? At the gates? Yeah. Okay. All right. So Ian, I just want you to shoot me, auto attack me, do as much auto attack damage, or not auto attack, but like just shoot me as much as you can, and I'm gonna throw a bolster. I'm gonna see what I can block. So I don't know what spec you are. I don't know how you can increase your shots, but do it. Just shoot me. Shoot me in the face, Ian. All right, I'm blocking. Let's see. I think that was blocked. But I don't know if that's your serpent thing. Mongoose bite hit you. Absorbed. We can block. Okay, so my block is down. So, oh, your survival. That's why. There you go. But I am blocking your ranged attacks as survival. Like, you are doing some range attacks. Is there a way you can go marks or BM? Let me yield before I just die. Is there a way you can go marks or BM? Yeah, that is melee. I agree. I just saw that you were survival right now. Not 100% block, but partial blocks? Yes. He is survival. He is survival. Right? Yeah, he's survival right now. He's got the big two-hander. And now you are marks. Okay, so let me just wait for last stand to come off cooldown, 40 seconds, and then we'll try again. We're used to healing tanks to 100%, but with monk tanks, that's a bad thing for them. It's weird because we normally just heal them 100%, not worry. You want to come back and play? Just need to find the time. Yeah, we're getting a few buffs. Ignore Pain needs to do more. That's the thing. Ignore Pain, the fact that it can do any kind of damage, whether you have a dot, magic damage, that's the problem with Ignore Pain. They would be okay with Ignore Pain doing a bigger absorb if it didn't cover all types of damage. So if Ignore Pain was somehow only physical, then they would be okay with it. But the fact that Ignore Pain, if you have a dot on you, if you have a bleed on you, if you're taking magic damage, if there's environmental AoE damage, doesn't matter the type of damage, Ignore Pain helps with that. That's the big thing that makes Ignore Pain overpowered. Alright, my friend. If you can put your pet on passive, that would be great. And then just shoot me in the face. There it is. Steady shot. I don't see any blocks. Just absorbs going out right now. No, I don't see any blocks. I'm going to charge you real quick. Actually, I don't have charge on my bars. Forgive me. Let's do that. Shield block. Yeah, aim shot blocked. Auto shot blocked. Aim shot blocked. Auto shot blocked. This is seriously? Seriously. Okay. Here, I generated more rage. Auto shot blocked. Auto shot blocked. Aim shot blocked. What? This is broken. This is broken, I feel like. Because this means that it's subject to our mastery too. That means we can critical block ranged attacks. Really? This is broken. I don't know if that's gonna hit live. Good afternoon, Sargaric. How you doing, my friend? Stupid question, but do you need to level a character up to 120, or do you start with 1 for the PTR? I haven't tried a new character creation for PTR. You normally copy your characters. Yeah, you normally copy your characters. That more blocks, more blocks, more blocks. Like, I can't believe that's a thing. I feel like that's broken. Being able to block. Okay. Yeah, you copy your characters. Thank you, Ian. I appreciate it. Thank you for shooting me in the face, Ian. You've been having trouble with the trash to the first boss on Underrot. Any tips? You feel like paper until the first boss. Pac-Man, the biggest tip I can give you, and I'll hop over to live right now. Ian, I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm going to hop off of the PTR right now, but I really do appreciate it. That should give me rested, yes. So, if you want to create a new character, you can create a new character. I believe this is from level 1. But what you do is you hit copy character right here at the bottom left, and you get to copy any of your characters. So like right here, I have my 120, I have another 120, my monk, you know, it doesn't matter, but you just copy your character. And then you can like race change, right? Wait, what? How come that doesn't customize? Huh, okay. But you should, sometimes, if you log out and log in, these change, whether they're race changes or faction changes. So, you know, you could be doing that. Alright, let's launch a live again. We can block ranged attacks. Oh, man. That's a little overpowered. Okay. Let me also adjust this real quick. Oh, the first... Okay, so Pac-Man, I'll answer your question right now. To Underrot, I just need to open up the map of it, which is why I wanted to log in here. Thanks, Ian. Fix Prot Warriors? Yeah, man. That if it's too strong, can't they just tune us via the AP multiplier cap? Attack power multiplier cap? You mean with Ignore Pain? Sure. Yeah. Give us one thing that is OP. Our mastery is OP. That being said, they removed Neltharion's Fury. Neltharion's Fury was crazy overpowered. I feel like Neltharion's Fury was one of the... Which one of you guys is Four Sunders? Oh, wait. I think I know who that is. Okay. So, Pac-Man, my advice to you on Underrot. When you run Underrot, you start right here, right? You have the ticks over here on your left, over on your right. You're going to pull these two, right? You're going to pull the matron. You're going to pull the maggot. You're going to pull this pack right here. Depending on how the week is, you can have the matrons on the left or the right. So the first step into getting to the first boss is what way are you going to go, left or right? And it changes every single time. So you need to look down over this hill and choose the side without the matrons. If you choose the side with the ads and the two big matrons, you're going to die. Like there's no way around that. But you pull this pat, you pull these guys, or what you can do, if you have a rogue, you can shroud past these guys, right? So if you have a rogue, shroud and sap this first guy right here, the headhunter, shroud, sap, and then you can go around the rest of them and get to the first boss. But you shouldn't be having problems with the matron, the maggot, or this pull right here. All you need to do is interrupt the priest. The priest is going to cast heals and immunities. So interrupt the priest. There's also a priest right here on this pull. Keep the priest interrupted. If you do this pull, if you don't have a shroud, if you don't have a rogue, you CC this back priest right here. This is going to heal people, make them immune to death, all sorts of things. So you CC it. You can sap it, you can sheep it, you can trap it, you can repentance it. There's a lot of different things, and you should have something in your group, unless you're running 4 warriors and a shaman healer, and even then the shaman healer can hex for a little bit. Unless you're running like 4 warriors, you can still do something to this priest, right? And even then you can fear bomb it. But yeah, you want to CC this priest and then run in here. This spirit right here is gonna cast something called like befoulment or something like that. I forget what it's called. But you want to interrupt the spirit casting that. No, it's called harrowing despair. That is the one thing you need to interrupt. But if you nuke it down fast enough, you don't need to worry. But just CC this one in the back, kill the rest of them. Dark Omen, there we go. Sorry, there we go. Invasive's got me, man. He knows what's going on. Every other tank has multiple things that are OP. Yeah, I think every single tank does have its specialty, and I think our specialty as a Prot warrior will be in dealing with magic damage or dot damage via ignore pain. I feel like that's it. If they made ignore pain stack up twice fully, I'd be really happy with that. Incoming nerfs to Prot warriors. Glock, that was you, right? Your 4 Sunders? I was like, who is this? What the hell's going on? I was like, ah, okay, never mind. Kick the mask, Dark Omen, yes. Killed me a lot. Yeah. I thought it was the despair cast. So yeah, that's how to survive that pull, Pac-Man. See where the matrons are, avoid them. If, you know, right here on this map they show on the left, they could be left or right. Did IP come off the global cooldown? Yes, Sargaric, it did. It definitely did. I want 8.1 already. You made a macro to spam me? Oh, man. Get him! Thanks for the sub, by the way. I appreciate it. You wasn't? Yep. Then who is this? Which one of you is 4 Sunders? You know how shamans are doing? No, I haven't been keeping up with their changes. I honestly haven't. But yeah, that's gonna be the pull here. Also, pull guide for Atal Lazar. I'm editing it right now. Coming up, guys. Coming up. So very soon. That'll be the first one we're doing. And then probably the Mother Load. Even though the Mother Load has a lot of like Shroud and death runs and stuff, I want to get this one done. Who is 4 Sunders, guys? Alright, so since we didn't stream yesterday and didn't get any rip keys, let's try some rip keys today. Are there any keys you guys want to see? Because explosive has been fixed. So when I was recording this week at Mythic Plus, I ran an Underrot and it was impossible. It was impossible. Every single spore in the Underrot spawned a fell explosive. So regardless of what you were doing, there was patches of like spore fuzz all around the room, and then they would come to life, and there was like 5 explosives across the room over this giant puddle of spore dust, and it was terrible. King's Rest, Temple of Seth. Temple of Seth did get nerfed too for explosive. I'm all for that. What do I use for trinkets? Andy, my trinkets are not the best right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I use Machimba's ritual bandages. They're right here on the left hand side. So if you see on the left hand side are all my talents and my trinkets. So a 370 syringe of the Bloodborne, not an amazing trinket, but it's high, and I prefer the strength that it gives. I also got it with a little bit of avoidance, so I prefer that over the other trinket that I just got this one, but that's not gonna do much. I prefer strength over this. I also have this guy, which is similar to the syringe, but with an on-use effect. I don't care about crit. And I have this 360 spore pods, but they're 360. I'd much rather get a little bit more strength, because strength is going to make your ignore pains bigger. It's going to give you more armor from Vanguard. It helps you out in more ways than one. So I prefer getting more strength. So yeah, those are my 2 trinkets. Machimba ritual bandages, which is nice. I think its cooldown is a little too long for the amount of absorb it does. I think a 1 minute cooldown for a 60k wouldn't break anything. And then this syringe here. So not amazing. Now that you play a warrior, how much of a quality of life change? A lot. A very big quality of life change, Targarric. You are going to notice it. In fact, when 8.1 hits, I am very confident that we are all not used to ignore pain off the global. So what we're going to do is hit ignore pain twice and overcap it, and use it twice and overuse our rage. Since it's off the global, I'm sure we're going to overuse it, and we're going to be like, I forgot that it's not its own global cooldown. Are you asking about specific shaman spec or just in general? Yeah, Bogdan, invasive is a main shaman, so if you have any questions, I'm sure he's more than willing to help out. SOT told the Gore Temple of Seth is a bit of a shit show in the last boss. I thought the Temple of Seth ones got nerfed, but a few of you guys are saying Temple of Seth is disgusting. Let's go rip. Let's go rip that key. +8? Sure. I didn't see a +9. +9 already has a tank. +8. You had your first rip key yesterday. It wasn't your fault. Made me feel good, but felt bad. You were on a +3 TOS. Couldn't count down. Second boss was just... Shake my head. TOS, second boss... It's not the fire lady. This guy? You died to this guy? Mr. Snake Man? I was thinking Toldagor when I was thinking about the fire lady. Nice. Here it is. +8. +8 Temple of Seth. Let's go over there. Prot getting buffed. Oh yeah, feel good. Yeah, man, I agree. I agree. Getting the orbs. Yeah, that's actually gonna suck. The elites still spawn orbs on the last boss. They only nerfed the non-elite. Still gets a little crazy. Okay. Looking forward to it. Is Prot Warrior Mastery changed in 8.1? No, Lagsy. It has not been changed. But they took Ignore Pain off the global. They gave us faster shield blocks. And we now have 5% more armor and 5% more stamina from Vanguard. So we're getting some buffs, man. You must be blind, but what are the buffs to Prot Warriors? Scott, if you want to read the patch notes, that's that. I just linked it, but yeah, it's 5% more armor from Vanguard, 5% more stamina from Vanguard. Shield block is now 16-second recharge instead of 18, so a 2 seconds faster. And Ignore Pain is off the global. Oh, and here's the big one that we tested out, and it's true. We can now block ranged attacks. So if it's a ranged physical, like someone doing a throwing knife, a shot, whatever, in a Mythic Plus, there are plenty of people that do physical ranged attacks. You can block them. That's a big change. I feel like that's a really big change. Thursday stream, yeah, I couldn't stream yesterday. I had an emergency to tend to, so streaming today, making up for it. Caesar Borealis would be fun for us, of course. All right, we could try Caesar Borealis. Me help. The snake trap can get hectic and tyrannical. You can take it down really quickly. The snake trap on the second boss, you can instantly get rid of it if you CC it. So whether you paralysis or stun it too. So as a Prot warrior, you can shockwave or fear bomb the snake trap and it instantly breaks. But if you also have like a hunter, that hunter can put a trap down at their feet, and if the trap gets put on them, if the snakes gets put on them, the trap will CC the snakes and eat it. So if you CC or if you stun it, it breaks. So it shouldn't be a huge issue on turn. I understand that it still ticks hard because normally when you get the trap, you also get poison spit underneath you, but it should only be about 2 ticks of the poison. Should be. You depleted the F out of an Underrot 9 yesterday. Last boss was so rough with explosive spawns. It got fixed. It got fixed. I thought it got fixed Tuesday night. I tried it when it was still every spore can spawn an explosive. That was bad. That was really bad. It was a shit show. DPS couldn't kill the snakes. You would stand in shit and die. Oh. Just logged on to ask a trinket question. I have the same two you have, but you've been using 360 Rezan. Oh, yes, Hacksaw. If I had a Rezans, I would be using it. I have not gotten a Rezan at any capacity this expansion. So 340, 345, nothing. I have not gotten a Rezan Gleaming Eye to drop for me at all. Just doesn't exist for me. But if I had a Rezan that competed, I would be using that. Yes, 100%. Some DPS groups can't understand what tyrannical means. Happy to see Ignore Pain not back. Yes, I agree. Do I feel tank rankings will change after all the changes? Yes. So I don't think this is the end for Prot Warrior buffs. At least I hope not. I feel like we're going to get a few, maybe like, we need a talent rework. Like, we need more talents. Because right now there's one build, you're that build, and that's it, right? You run Anger Management, you run Bolster, you run Unstoppable Force, you run Into the Fray. You can change around Bounding Stride for the increased radius on Thunderclap if you want. Rumbling Earth, you can pick up Stormbolt. And Booming Voice, you can pick up Devastator, but I prefer Booming Voice, but they're not... Devastator isn't bad. So what we really need is a lot of new talents. That's what we really need. You scrapped your 380 Resans because it's awful? Rhett, I'm so disappointed in you. So as far as tank rankings, I feel like we're gonna get a little bit more love, and I feel like we're not gonna be the bottom of the list anymore. Sadly, the lower the key, the more careless the group. The buffs to Prot Warrior, Grusel are Ignore Pain is off the global. Shield Block is 2 seconds faster, so instead of an 18-second recharge, it's 16. We get 5% more to Vanguard via Stamina and Armor, so both of the categories via Vanguard are getting 5% more. And the big one, we can block ranged physical attacks. Retrinket, thanks. Yeah, no problem, man. You're still green as a tank, but basic personal awareness doesn't only matter. Yes, I agree. In your opinion, what is the best Prot trinkets? That would be Rezan's Gleaming Eye. This is the best trinket to have as Prot. And then the second best trinket, I would say this guy right here. It's an automatic save, right? So if you're gonna die for whatever reason, it automatically clicks on. You don't need to press anything, and these are really nice. It's got strength on it, so it's good. And I feel like this effect, a 2-minute cheat death, you know, is nice. That's why you have a lot of people run stuff like Last Resort, maximizing your Ardent Defender means knowing when you're gonna die. So I feel like trinkets that do that help you cheat death, doesn't matter what type of damage you're taking, like increase in damage, all of a sudden you're good, you're golden. I think that's a big deal. Talent gag order. Oh, I would love gag order back. Are you kidding me? I would love gag order back. Scrapped Resans? Nah, he's probably trolling, man. You're good. The big one.
This temple is the rest.
Run keys you're comfortable with? Yes. Alright.
Powerful Loa that protected my people from destruction.
So the big thing on this first pull is to avoid the power shot. Don't get hit by the power shot. And then the neurotoxin needs to be cleansed off one day. But yeah, the big thing here is power shot avoidance. So we did get a few explosives there. No big deal. Let's jump down here. Why are... Okay. I was like, why is this RP still happening? This is like... We're like a minute into the dungeon at this point. Here's the thing I hate the most about Explosive. Explosive is like a whack-a-mole game where you just press tab and hope that the tab targeting system clicked on the right one. That's my biggest complaint about the explosive system, is that. Alright, so I am going to get stunned. We do not have a flare, right? I'm going to get stunned. So what I can do is throw my stun out there, and there it is. It still happened, but I at least got a little bit of control out of it. So I'll use my bandages right here. Still getting stunned. Don't see why. Power shot is going out on the group down the hallway. Power shot is going out on me. Very important to know where those power shots go out. Very important. Those power shots are the biggest thing that'll kill you. That'll be like half your HP just gone. Let's get this explosive. Nice. Also, if you do play a Prot Warrior, the nice thing about Explosive Week, if there is a silver lining to Explosive Week, the nice thing is that if you take out an explosive, you get Victory Rush. So there is incentive for you to switch over and shield slam an explosive, because you can then heal yourself. Alright, so that pull with bolstering wasn't a crazy amount of fun, but it also wasn't the most terrible pull. Here's a healing surge. Nice, I got somebody interrupted it. I didn't have to use my interrupt. There's a power shot. Let me throw out a stun. Some dungeons have less mechanics to be concerned about. Yes, that too. That is a big deal. I know you don't like, but they become a part of your rotation. It's not that I don't like them. It's like right now I have a 380, right? So I'm forged up there. This isn't like a 340 bandages. This is a high item level Machimba's bandages, but it only does 60k. My total HP pool is 230k. Uh-oh. Nice. So the percentage that it does is very small. These explosives, man. So yeah, doing 60k on a 1.5 minute for someone who has 220,000 HP, I feel like it's not enough. And Prot Warriors aren't the tanks that have the least amount of HP, but we're also not the worst. So I just feel like it could be higher. Let's spell reflect that gust. That's fine. I got you. This is a lot more explosives than I thought it would be. I'll give them that. Let's move away from each other because I saw that arc dash going out. Yep. That as soon as you see that arc dash, the lines go out. Move from where you used to be. Yeah, my range throw is not enough. I try to do some heroic throws on the fell explosives right now. There's no way that is ever gonna do enough damage.
Beware.
Let's dodge the cyclone.
Beware.
Somebody's dead. Who died? Rogue. Okay, that's fine. DPSer died, we can deal with that. Let's interrupt the gust. And now I just need to really look out for I stayed in there to try to get that explosive. Now we just really need to look out for the arc dash, which I just saw right now. I need to run in there. I got hit by arc dash, but we have to take care of the explosive. It's much better that only I get hit for 50% of my HP with arc dash than the whole group gets hit by it. Alright, so we are about to have, there it is. Now we're back down to only one boss. The shield should be leaving the boss soon. I don't have my interrupt for that gust. Nice. We survived. We survived this tyrannical first boss. And I got a victory rush from that. Again, victory rush helps out. How does victory rush work? Do you have to hit the bad guy last? Yes. If you get the killing blow on a mob, you get victory rush. That's it. That's how it works. So what I want to do is point the noxious breath out here into a corner. There it is. And now I can drag this guy down this hallway. So if I were to just try to drag it down this hallway so that everybody comes over here, it would inevitably barf on someone, right? Someone's going to be trying to cross the bridge. They're going to be, you know, spamming W and just crossing the bridge. And then we're going to get a barf on them. So big thing to do there. Aim it out into the wall. Alright, let's do this. Now it's going to be very hard to pick up that marksman back there because of that sand that he has right now. There it is. It just went away. So we're good. All I need to look out for now is the power shots that are going to keep coming out from the marksman and the breath. So there's the breath. Threw up on my healer a little bit, but not too bad. You missed legendary bracers? I agree, Pac-Man. You know how last week was time walking? I hope you still have your legendary bracers, because on time walking weeks, you can equip those bracers and they work because you get scaled down. So your level is not 120. Way Crest, Haldazar, and Motherload are pretty doable, just annoying AF in Fortified weeks. I agree. Fortified is just annoying. It's not impossible, it just makes things annoying. I want that pat to go away a little bit. Alright. So now that pat went away, because of bolstering, I just kind of wanted him to go away. One thing about explosives, if you are new to like affixes and Mythic Plus and stuff, if you didn't play during Legion, is that fell explosives cannot be hit by cleaves or AoEs. So like when you're thunderclapping, revenging, all of that does nothing to a fell explosive. It needs to be single targeted. Shield slam, devastate. I think that would be your biggest things besides your auto attack. What? Yeah, Pac-Man. Yeah, Pac-Man. Your bracers work on time walking, but only on time walking week, my friend. Buff can, oh yeah, my bad. He died during the first boss. Those bandages are a lifesaver. I agree that they can be. I'm just saying that I feel like they can be stronger. I feel like in order for them to really compete against other trinkets, they should get buffed a little bit. Either the bubble increased or the time decreased, the cooldown. That being said, they're not bad. They're not bad. I mean, I'm using them. They do help. But I do think that in order for them to compete with something like Rezan, they would need a lower cooldown or a bigger bubble. You stopped using them though for the Mithrax trinket? Yes, the Mithrax trinket I feel is, it's one of those, like if you're not used to using Machumba ritual bandages, you know, the Mithrax trinket is an automatic version of it. What is my item level? 375. Alright, let me pull these guys back. We don't want that. Nice. That's fine. I just want you to come over here. Come over here and hang out with us. Hang out with the rest of us. Sometimes mobs don't chase as much as you'd like them to. You think they should change Victory Rush? Shouldn't be like that. It should activate whenever you do enough damage to a mob. So like 10k damage. Yeah, that'd be nice. That would be a very nice change. That would make Victory Rush a lot more usable. Like right now, it's, you know, it's usable, sure, but you really have to be on top of it. Like there are moments where I try to find the best ways of using Victory Rush, and it's not practical. Like the last boss in Underrot, the spores have 1 HP, right? So when I run the last boss in Underrot, I constantly tab target to spores and use Heroic Throw to get the killing blow on him to have a Victory Rush going. Now that's just something I do, and I feel like it's inconvenient, but it's a clever use of game mechanics, you know what I mean? Sure, let's just bolster this guy at full HP. Oh man. Are you a Tauren? He's a human? Brian, I'm disappointed. I'm just kidding. What were the Prot warrior changes? Really wanted to play your mind more. So Cowardly Fool, if you know how the Vengeance works right now, where it gives you armor based on strength and an increase to your stamina, it's an extra 5% to each one. So if you look at Vanguard, I said Vengeance. Vanguard, right now it's 40% and 50%. Extra 5% to each one of the categories in the PTR. So it'll be 45% and 55%. Ignore Pain is going to be off the global. Shield Block is going to be faster, so instead of 18-second cooldown, it's not going to be a 16-second cooldown. And the one that I feel like is the big one, honestly, is let's just walk away from that Pythic Blast, whatever. The one that I feel is like the big one is we can block ranged physical attacks. Ranged physical attacks can be blocked. That one seems insane to me. You just hate Sanguine and Necrotic? I don't like Necrotic. In fact, you know what? I don't like Infest either. That's one of the ones I really don't like. The seasonal affix, I'm not a fan of it. So on a side note, your new PC you just ordered will be coming in. Okay, so Knot of Snakes, Shockwave, Knot of Snakes gone. So you know we were talking about dealing with Knot of Snakes and how to get rid of it. Stun it or CC it. So what I will do for the next one is actually what I'll do for the next one is Fear Bomb it, so you guys can see that too. Although it's gonna be hard to see the Fear Bomb, it will be. And tab targeting, whack-a-mole. All right, sorry, Garrick. Want to make sure we take this guy down. I read half of your message.
Beware.
Blinding Sand, let's look away. Knot of Snakes, Fear Bomb. Oh no, somebody got a kidney shot on it before I got to Fear Bomb. That being said, it means my Fear Bomb doesn't have its cooldown up, so I can use it on the next knot. I'm just gonna throw my stun out because he's inside the pool, and I want to pick up everybody right now. All right. All of these explosives, really? And the explosive was in the sandstorm. I don't know if it's affected by it. All right, we dealt with all that. Not the smoothest transition for me in terms of avoiding the boss underground. Blinding Sand, let's look away. All right, now Shockwave is up, but I want to use a Fear Bomb. Fear Bomb. There, I used my Fear Bomb, broke it. right, let's use our bandages and stun the knot of snakes. Nice. Those knot of snakes don't, I'm telling you guys, you can just do a quick little 1-2 combo on them. If you have a demon hunter or a monk, you know, in prison, or I don't have anything for that anymore. Blinding sand. The explosives went off. We still got him. We still got him. All right, they don't need me. They don't need no stinking tank.
Now please make haste.
Oh, we res right here. Got it.
Taking hold of the
So shield block has a lower cooldown, ignore pain is slightly more fluid, correct? Yes, and we get a little bit more HP, a little bit more armor, and you can block ranged attacks. I don't know if that's going to hit live though. Blocking ranged attacks seems a little crazy. Ordered your PC, will be coming 10 to 15 days from now. Very excited. You also ordered a new Corsair keyboard and mouse. Nice, man. Very nice. You're going to be tanking in style. Make sure we get that explosive.
beware.
Call lightning. Make sure we don't get hit by that. That was on the, I think it went out on Blukin. He linked the notes. Yeah. I think somebody linked them to Cowardly Fool. What is my item level at? 375. 375 is my current item level. Alright. Let's run through here. We got this. We got this. First try. I can pull this one guy by himself right there. He was at the perfect padding position, regardless of everyone being here or not. Let's get rid of that explosive real quick. It also gives us victory rush. No big deal.
Beware.
That sounds amazing. I agree. I agree. The changes are definitely a step in the right direction. I want to see some talent point changes, but you know, I'm happy with whatever buff we're getting. So, ideally, I would want to see a rework to mastery and new talent points. But you know, that's a big wish right now. Guys, really, we're gonna die to this. There's not enough explosive stomping power to get rid of all this. At least I don't think so. This is also a lot of magic damage. So, want to try to stomp out these explosives. So I am getting some nice victory rushes. That's one thing about, that's the one thing I really do like about Explosive Week. Getting those victory rushes. It's so important as a Prot warrior. We don't have the ability to self-heal, but on an Explosive Week, we kind of do. We kind of do. You got to play around it. You gotta beat your DPS to it. But one shield slam gets rid of one explosive. So if you have a shield slam proc ready to go, instead of using it on your main target, use it on your explosive target. You're good. How's my healer? My healer's at 90% mana. Perfect. Alright, so hopefully somebody stomps out the explosives on this pull because I have Avatar right now. So I want to help DPS as much as possible, right? And we know that Prot warrior DPS can get a little wacky sometimes. So since Prot warrior DPS can get a little wacky like that, 20k DPS, I really wanted to focus on damage done for the first part of that pull. Why my Avatar was up. Warrior can take full stacks. You can heal through it. I don't know if I can take all of them. How long until the next season? Probably a month. I would say late November, early December. But I would guess late November is when we're going to see 8.1 dropping, which should be the next season, right? We have the next raid tier coming out. So yeah, I would say in a month. We have BlizzCon coming up, and then we have with BlizzCon the WoW Classic demo. The WoW Classic demo is going to run through a lot more than just BlizzCon, right? It's going to run for an extra 8 days or 7 days after BlizzCon. And they said maybe even more depending on how well it does or how many people are playing it. So yeah, there's definitely Yeah, you can stay on it. Okay. I need to drop my stacks. And you have Cloak of Shadows. Alright, I'll get the next one here. Something else you guys can do, although not a lot of people do it, is if you kind of want to make this boss a little bit easier, you can pull this boss over to the corner on the left hand side over here, and all of the towers will come from a same general direction, right? They come from this area, so absorbing the pylons and the electricity from it is going to be a little bit easier. There's not as much movement needed. So if you guys definitely want to try to ease up the movement of this fight, you can pull this boss back there, that corner. Kind of like where the ads are before the boss fight starts. Kind of around that area. Alright, let's pop Avatar. Also, there is a new Azerite trait for Prot Warriors in the PTR. I didn't go over it because I honestly don't think it's anything impressive. But when you pop Avatar, you get 1 free full ignore pain when you pop it, and you also get more mastery while Avatar is up. So while it's not bad, it's an Azerite trait that is only active about every minute 15 seconds, right? You don't always have Avatar up, so that Azerite trait, I feel like it's okay. Also, the faster you get this channeler into combat, the faster that stops spawning. So this channeler is actually in charge of spawning the walls. So what I did there is, even though I wasn't anywhere near it and I knew I wasn't going to be able to get to him, I engaged him in combat by doing heroic throw to stop the walls of shock from spawning. Brewmasters have many ways to deal with Knot of Snakes. You can also play a Pandaren. You get another extra stun to save. Yes, agreed. Supposedly next season will start with the next raid tier, so 8.1. Yeah, which I'm going to guess is coming in about a month. You know, BlizzCon, a few more weeks of testing, and I feel like that's the right amount of time. Alright, so I'm going to run ahead a little bit here. Hopefully somebody picks up the orb. There it is. Mage picked it up. I'm going to come over here and make sure that the orb... Oh, there it is. There's a Guardian back there that just got CC'd. But that's okay. He can stay in that paralysis for a while. There's another Guardian that's right here. There he is. I believe Guardians can probably spawn explosives, although I haven't seen one yet. I was trying to charge that Guardian the whole time. Hiding behind walls. Mithrax Trinket auto procs 40%. Half the damage, so I'm not sure if you swap bandages. That's the thing. Since we're always swapping trinkets in between tiers, if you're not used to using your Machimbas, or if you're not tracking it and using it when the cooldown happens, I feel like you're better off with Mithrax, right? Mithrax is automatic, it just happens, and Machimba, they can't spawn explosives. Machimbas is one of those things where you have to be using it, right? So like right now, I'm not using Machimbas. I'm gonna save it for the guys coming up that do the heart attack, the Guardians. I think they're also called Guardians. So I'm going to save it for them. That being said, I think I would get more out of the Mithrax Trinket because I don't always use my ritual bandages. There you go. There you go. There you go. Oh, they tried to CC it. Okay, let's do this. Fear Bomb. Nice. Now I'm going to break my Fear Bomb. I'm going to get them over here. Because we're going to get this guy, and we're also going to get the paralysis guy. Because we're going to be stuck in combat. And then the guy that's in paralysis, off in the corner, has the potential of actually coming in when we're doing the boss. Oh no, we're not in combat. Perfect. That guy doesn't aggro. We don't need to. We don't need to. Hopefully, we don't pull him. When RNG was life. 3 months of raiding for one piece. Yeah, the new Azurite changes are gonna be really nice. Oh, we did pull the Guardian. The guy was just hanging out there. We didn't need to hit him. You can also heroic leap over the orbs as well. Can't you two cheese it? If you heroic leap, I think it needs to be really exact as far as... Oh god, I'm not ready to pull this yet. It needs to be really exact as far as when you leap and like the height of your leap. I know that in the beta there was times where I could and times where I couldn't. So when live hit, I just decided I wasn't going to. Like, it just wasn't, it wasn't worth the trouble of figuring out if this was going to be one of the times where I could, or if this is going to be one of the times when I couldn't. So I don't heroic leap over it, just because I've already had experiences where it's like, it's a toss-up sometimes. Since I don't really struggle doing it normally either, I just do it. Did I see the classic leaks? I saw some of them. Yeah. I think it's a little weird how we're only going to be able to play a limited amount of time, even if we're playing from home. On the floor, I understand. There's a line of people behind you. They all want to play. I get it. You know, if you're on BlizzCon, 20 minutes, sure, that's fine. There's a ton of people on BlizzCon. But even playing the demo at home will automatically have that built in where it just kind of boots you after a while. It's just, that's a little weird. I don't understand the purpose of that. Reflect that lava burst. Get out of here with that. You love reading general forums and love reading the WoW Classic will kill current WoW, like for sure you don't like the FA. I don't think there are as many people that used to play WoW Classic as there seem to be people that absolutely love WoW Classic, if that makes sense. I think the amount of people that say they love WoW Classic and it's going to be a WoW killer in terms of retail WoW, I think the numbers are a little bit skewed. That's it. Now, will it or won't it kill retail WoW? Maybe. WoW Classic is definitely back to one of those things that are simpler times. I think WoW Classic is going to have a very healthy population because things like rotations, you know, the word rotation existed back then, back in Classic, back in TBC, and back in Wrath of Lich King. Once we started getting into Cataclysm, there was no longer rotations as much as there are priority systems. Use this if it's available. If it's not, you're going to use that. You might get a proc. If you get a proc, use that. You know? That's the kind of stuff we have now. We still call it rotation out of habit, but it is no longer a rotation. It is a priority system. But, you know, back in the day of Classic, you know, there was rotations. There was set things you would do. We need to kill this one. Okay, perfect. So I think it'll be back to one of those simpler times. The bosses weren't super overtuned to the point where it was like, what? I heroic leaped to get to that explosive and I got teleported back onto the Guardian. That's not cool. I was trying to stomp out an explosive. That sucks. Alright. Stun you. No snake charm for you. Chain lightning. But yeah. It'll be one of those things where it's more forgiving. Right now, the boss timers are in such a way where it's like, hey, you know what? We hit Enrage at 3 minutes. That means we need an average of this much DPS being pumped out. That means that if you run this spec, or if you run a full mastery arms build, you know, things like that, like you're not going to be able to get away with it. Back in vanilla, there was more room for that. There was more room for experimentation inside of actual raids, right? You could run a few talent points. There were so many talent points, so you could run a few talent points that were not ideal, and you could still get away with it. You could run, there was a lot of things you could do. You could run heavy spirit build and even though it probably wasn't beneficial, it would still kind of work out. The enrage timers, the damage done, it was all very different. Ah, come on! I need to get this explosive. This is ridiculous. This really is. You guys did say it was a shit show. Yeah. Alright. So, this Guardian is really, really annoying. Although he's not being focused down. Let's spell reflect that chain lightning if it's going to be cast on me. I want to hit this explosive right here. Heal myself up a little bit. Let me pop my defensive here as well. So close. We have 5 minutes left.
Beware.
We can still do this boss. We don't have a loss, do we? Oh, we do. We have time warp. We didn't get time warp. Biggest tip is to not be too serious. Almost 140. Yeah, nice. That's nice, Luke. We actually hit 160 when we were on the PTR. I think people were excited for that. I'll be making a video wrapping up all of the Prot Warrior buffs very soon. I'm currently editing the Atal Dazar pulls and run through one, so you guys can expect that. I don't know if necessarily today's raid night after the stream, so I don't know if necessarily today or tomorrow. Tomorrow we also stream again, Friday stream. But yeah, I'll be putting that out pretty soon. You don't understand why anyone would want to do progression on Classic again? It's one of those things. It's kind of like revisiting your favorite game. Like for myself, I actually last month I was revisiting a very old game that I used to play a lot. It's a turn-based RPG, so it's definitely one of those things that's a little bit slower. And I was playing it through again, and I found myself really enjoying it. I haven't finished it, but you know, I put some amount of time into it on my downtime. How's our progress? We're AOTC, my man. We're AOTC. We're on Tuesdays now. We've gotten all of Heroic down to one night a week, right? So we raid 6 hours a week. We raid two nights for 3 hours, and that's it. Doesn't matter if it's progression, if it's farm. 6 hours a week, 2 nights. So we get all of Heroic down on one night. So on Tuesday we get everything down, and then on Thursday we don't always necessarily have the numbers for Mythic. In fact, we probably don't. So what we do is we pug a few people, probably about 3 people, and in terms of like Mythic, we've gotten a few pulls in on Mother. I want to say, I don't remember if we killed Mythic Mother and then we just said we don't have the DPS for Zekdos. I'm pretty sure we did. I'm pretty sure we're 2 out of 8 on Mythic, but that's not our focus. We're an AOTC guild, right? Get AOTC, we're done. This Guardian, man. There's so many explosives, it's hard for the DPS to get down the Guardian, which kind of sucks. Kind of sucks for me. That hurts. Oh no. Oh, somebody got that. If you charge a frog, you run over it. That sucks too. Okay. I think we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. That's a Plague Doctor. I'd much rather kill the explosive
Beware.
than immediately be in charge of picking it up. Alright, so I just ran over the frog there at the end. Just one of those things where it's like, I'd much rather DPS it down, but at that moment, it had gotten far enough. It wasn't going to get DPS down.
Beware.
So these frogs, since I have Avatar up, I can get them down relatively easily with 2 thunderclaps with my Avatar up. So that's important to know. I'm going to spell reflect that chain lightning. That plague toad is always going to be going for my healer. Nice. Nice. I saw that roll into a chi kick, into a rising sun kick. That was good. That's our healer too. All right, let's pick you up. Drop over here. Okay. I've got the plague doctor over here. Let's just interrupt the plague. Oh, we have 2 plague doctors up. This isn't even the final phase. Let's spell reflect. Let's get that explosive down. Nice. Perfect. There it is. Time warp was all we needed. And that is not a rip key. That was on time. We beat the timer. Temple of Seth. It is definitely a tough one this week. Is there another plate wearer in here? No. This is... yeah, it's a little bit worse. That was not an easy key. Not an easy key. By the way, Rhett, thanks for that. I don't know what he said, but whatever he said, thanks for that. What is the highest key, and are you pushing or doing 10s and 9s? I do a 10 every week. Highest key I've tanked is an 11, and it was this Tuesday. The under route I was trying to do in a pug was in 11. What? Oh, I know who it is then. He's from... okay. Wait. Wait. Did you change the name of your main? This was your main. Oh, man. Rhett, you're something else, man. Alright, let me catch up with chat. Also, bubble you get from the Mythax one is larger. Yeah. You love reading general forums. Yep. 3 months of rating for One Piece. That sucks, Ben. I'm sorry for that. Why is the explosive HP bar flashing? What is the add-on? It is a weak aura. Let me get you guys that weak aura. Whoops. I typed in /WA in chat. Sorry about that. Let me get you guys the explosive weak aura. It was written by someone in on Reddit. It doesn't always work. That's the important part. It doesn't always work, but when it does work, it is pretty cool. So let me get you guys a paste spin. I do get asked that question a decent amount of time. It was written when Explosive first came out. Somebody wrote this over on the competitive WoW subreddit. So yeah, it works sometimes, doesn't always work. What happened to Renewed Vigor, man? Any tips on getting motivation to pug Mythic Plus? You want to get into doing Mythic Plus more, you play Brewmaster, but it feels like a chore starting to do them since groups are so unpredictable. Elvorn, the biggest piece of advice I can give you, and it's not really anything game related. Get memed? I did get memed. The biggest thing I can tell you, Elvorn, is to honestly be patient with your group. So even if your group isn't going to get a +3 or a +2 or a +1, like even if you're not going to upgrade the keystone by a huge amount, even if it's a rip key and you're going to go over by 5 minutes, stick with the group. And one of the best things you can do is communicate with your group. So when I pug and I'm pugging a +10, a +11, when I'm pugging these high level keys and someone says, I've never been in here, how do you do this, boss? Instead of just being, fuck this, it's a rip key, and hearthing and leaving out and ripping another key, I explain it to them. Also, if you want to start pugging Elvorn, there is, let me get you a Discord link. Elvorn, Are you Horde or Alliance? That's important. There is a Discord for people who want to pug keys, and you pug keys with other people of equal score. So it's important to know if you're Alliance or Horde, because there's two different Discords. Biggest tip is to not be too serious. Yeah, I agree. I mean, every week here I run rip keys for you guys, right? You guys tell me what you guys want to see and probably the worst keys to run, and I run them. I could, if I wanted to, get frustrated and just run the easier keys and yell, but you know, it's all about getting in there and trying to get it done. I've been in keys on stream for hours, you know. I think the longest I've been in a key is like an hour and a half on stream, but off stream 2 hours. You have the Mythic Plus add-on that it doesn't highlight the explosives like that for me, but you have custom nameplate. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's a weak aura, and it doesn't always work. Not every single explosive gets triggered into. I would assume it's like triggered into combat. I'm not 100% sure how the code is written. I'm not gonna lie. Forgot you can anchor weak auras to nameplates. Yeah. Would you stream the WoW Classic demo? Yes, I'm considering it. I'm considering it a lot. But if there's a limit to like 20 minutes or 30 minutes, I don't know what the limit to the demo is going to be. It can be a little frustrating because then I'd have to create a character every 30 minutes. So I'm not sure what it would be. Is there any way you can add Thunderclap to your weak auras next to Shield Slam? Sure. Yeah, I can do that. The only thing you miss from vanilla is Wildman build for your druid. Heavy mastery build right now. What's up, nerds? How you doing? Did we reverse time to Wednesday or fast forward to Friday? No, I had a big emergency pop up yesterday, so I had to take care of that. What add-on? Hold on. What add-on am I using to highlight the explosives? Yeah. 50 seconds till rip? Nah, we got it, man. It says you're 1 out of 8. Really? Does it really? Oh, it does. It does. Okay, I didn't get mother down. I'm sorry. I am debating you. I couldn't remember if we did or didn't. Hopefully get 2 out of 8. Yeah, I mean, with partial pug groups, it can get a little difficult. What's up with the Prot Warrior buff? Dude, epic. We're getting everything. We can now wear 2 shields on each hand and a shield on our back. The amount of armor we're going to get is insane. LOL to Force Hunters, it's ret, man. Green on green, yes, I agree. You can't find anything in Wowhead apart from the Azurite trait changes. Ben, this is the post to the Prot Warrior buffs. Just added more Sunders to the game. Oh man, but you went with Raging Sunder? You really? You named your Maghar Warrior Raging Sunder? Oh man, you need to go to your next class? Yeah, for sure, Kovdova. I appreciate you stopping by. Rip your keys? Oh, I'm sorry. Doritos? Are you the Doritos? Can you sponsor me? I love Doritos. Give me some of the what are they called? For sure, Rhett. Rhett, you can either DM me on Discord or Twitter. But yeah, man, we can talk about that. And I use regular OBS. I don't know if Brian is still here in the chat. He recommended OBS plus Streamlabs. I downloaded it yesterday, messed around with it a little bit. I prefer regular OBS, but I can see why OBS plus Streamlabs has a lot of like flashy things going for it. But I prefer the minimalistic look of OBS. King's Rest +9 already has a tank. Oh, here it is, +9. Let's sign up, see if the group will fill out. We'll see if they accept us. Your alliance on EU. Alright, let me get you the link. I probably shouldn't. Here we go. So, Elvorn, let me at you. This is the Discord for Alliance Mythic Plus. So getting into comms, I feel, is the first time investment you're gonna get, and in there you're gonna find people where you can say, I haven't done a +4 yet, I haven't done a +5 yet. Is there any pulls I need to do? Like, you know, a lot of little things that maybe they can explain beforehand. Maybe there is a method dungeon tool that they can tell you beforehand. So if you haven't downloaded this add-on called Method Dungeon Tools, I would suggest you do, because then, like, let's say you're gonna run Underrot, right? You can say, hey, you know what? If I run this way, how much will I get? So I run like this, I pull these guys, I kill the boss, I pull these ticks, I clear the whole room, and you can see the percentage over here on the right hand side adding up. So if you want to see what an experimental route will maybe do, you can check it out with this add-on, you know. You can also just do the pulls slowly, and I'm gonna be doing videos where I do my own strings and imports, and you guys can see how I pull and how I best do it. But yeah, those are coming starting next week. I have Ataldazar coming soon, but I'm gonna do the Prot Warrior buffs one before that, so that's gonna take priority. Just be prepared for that rogue standing in the fire to be your fault. Yeah, it's my fault. Don't expect to run it in time. I expect to run it in time, man. Now pugs have updates. There are restrictions for Mythic Plus. No Ragnarok. Really? Really? I mean, I don't normally care where people are, what realm they're from. If you have the item level, you've done the content. That's it for me. Like, it doesn't matter how good of a player you are. If you want to run a +10, you need like 360 item level, or 355 at the lowest. If you're sitting at 320, I don't care if you've done ahead of the curve every single tier. You just don't have the gear to push out the damage or to survive damage that goes out. So if you have the gear, you've done the content, you know, you can get it done. My character saved on the demo. The 1 hour overstream was the most rip +2 Underrot ever. Oh yeah, that was on my monk. Before you go, is there a way you can add how many stacks of elusive brawlers you have on your Brewmaster? Yeah, Govdova, I had never thought about. Let me write that down. I had not thought about that, Govdova. That is a very good one. That is very important. Yeah, I wrote that down, man. I'll get that. I'll get that done. If there is no timer, you should make a Twink on Classic. Do you ever plan on being a full? That'd be nice, Cruiser. I would absolutely love it. I would absolutely love it if I could do that. And also, Twink in Vanilla. Those are fun. I had a level 19 or 29, I can't remember, Hunter Twink back in the day, back during Wrath. And then during Wrath, I also made a level 69 DK Twink and Druid Twink. And I really like the 69 bracket because you can start getting a lot of the items that have sockets. So you can start gemming a lot of your gear, and it leads to like some ridiculous numbers. Dual wielding shields. You can also wear shields on each foot. That's right, but only if you're undead, because there's toes to latch onto. All of the other warrior classes and trolls, you know, you can put 2 shields, one on each foot, one on each of your toes rather, sorry. But like everybody else has regular feet, so they can't actually equip a shield on it. Yeah, you use slobs. Is that really what people call it? Slobs? It's like Freehold, where there's that one guy that's like, yeah, I'm gonna cast Slobber Knocker. Pugging heroic old deer. Yeah. Pugging heroic old deer can be difficult. Should you pug or not worth? Adventure Night, here's the thing. You can pug. I would say you can reasonably pug up to Mithrax. I would say Mithrax and Gahoon are going to be the ones that are going to be difficult to do. So if you want to get your feet wet, Talik, easy. Mother, a little bit of coordination. Vectis can be the difficult one. I feel like Vectis can be more difficult than Zekboss or than Fetid Devour. So if you can do Mother, then for sure you can do Fetid. I would say for sure you can do Zekboss as long as people don't run into dumb things. And then Vectis just has a lot of damage output. It's going to hit you like a truck as a tank, and it's going to hit everybody like a truck too. You're going to need to overheal it probably on a pug. You can do Zol. You can do Zol if you do the Zerg strategy relatively well, but the only problem might be the DPS. If you kick out low DPSers, then maybe you can do it. Once you start getting to Mithrax, there's a lot more coordination. I wouldn't say Mithrax is easy on a pug by any means. Sunder's only for undead. It's their family name. That's right. You never used OBS, so starting with slobs. Yes, I can see Streamlabs OBS being better if you never used regular OBS. OBS is very plain, but the other one has like the themes to it, right? That's actually pretty cool. Are warriors any good? Yeah, man. My warrior is rocking, kicking, man. Look at my warrior. The best. Warriors require more coordination. You need to know what kind of damage is coming in and react before it hits you. As a DK, you react after, right? You take damage, you death strike. You react before by getting your bone shield up, by keeping 3 runes recharging at all times, stacking up your hemo if you're running hemo. You know, you do a lot of things. You do a few things before, but the bulk of your class is done as a reaction. I know I'm gonna get hit hard here. I'm gonna build up runic power for that moment. As soon as I get hit, I death strike. So warrior is the opposite. You do it before. You had a holy paladin from oh man, what's the new mastery? No new mastery yet. No new mastery. IP is off the global. Reduce cooldown on shield block. More stamina, more base stamina, more base armor, and we can block ranged physical attacks. You healed a +2 at item level 312. You never ask anyone. It was stupid on my part. That's really low, man. 312, a +2 is dropping 345, right? That's really low. It was true last expansion. You were a bloody cape and now you're a guardian tank. Bear is best in slot. Alright, we're almost done filling up this group for King's Rest. Streamlabs OBS equals slobs is great. Asmongold does it, why not? Asmongold what? Doing twinks and doing PvP? I used to do it a lot. When they added twink only brackets, that kind of went away, but now it's not, there's not only twink only brackets, so now it's everything combined, and I wouldn't mind making another one. You should just do a freehold so we can see the slobber knock. Oh man. You thought Slobberknocker was Siege? Oh, it might be Siege. You're right. There's a Slobber and Freehold. I mean, they're similar mobs, right? I can't remember if... yeah, I think you're right. I think it is Siege. You don't use themes and slobs. You build your own scenes. I tried to import the scenes from my regular OBS to Streamlabs OBS, and it didn't go over, like, perfectly. I still had to mess with it a lot. Next tune you're leveling is a Druid. I just finished leveling my Paladin, but I don't have as much incentive to completely gear him out. Finally, Ignore Pain is off the global cooldown, just like the old times. I agree. That's one very good change. Oh, nice. Thank you. Only 367. 367 is more than enough for Heroic Old Deer. Heroic Old Deer drops 370, so you're still going to be hard-pressed to find an upgrade. Tuesday and Wednesday of this week is the first time using a green screen. You really like it? Yeah, Brian, I need to get on that. I need to get my green screen, because if I get my green screen, all this brightness can also kind of not exist as well. I can aim my camera I can have it sitting at the top of my monitor right here and just aim directly at me. That'd be nice. You don't think the buffs are quite enough? There'll still be no reason to pick Prot Warrior over other tanks. Noctavis, it's not... We're not going to be first. It's a step in the right direction. It's going to help. Is it going to make us the best tank? No. There is... I mean, there's no competing with... there's no competing with Stagger, ever, in terms of raid progression. But... it's going to help. I feel like with these changes on a warrior, I can reduce my damage taken by a much more significant amount. So if you were to look through like my logs, I already don't take like a crazy amount of damage. But I feel like there's a new post, 30-minute old mastery increases your nesting nor pain absorb. What? What? New mastery? Where's this post? This is an hour old. Is it just a blue post? Blue tracker. That last guy isn't joining in here. Feedback for... I don't see that post anywhere. Where'd you see that post, Oliver? Dang it, Blizz, you were holding the hammer backwards before you brought it down on the warriors. Now they're going to be overpowered. If our mastery, Prot Warrior mastery new skill, Oliver, where are you seeing this? I want to see it. Blizzard page. I'm trying to do a blue tracker. I don't see anything happening. 10 minutes ago, an hour ago. Okay. After this run, I'm gonna try to find it. He's debating you. It's not a blue. You should check out your stream for 10 seconds when you're done. Yeah, for sure, man. I'm going to check it out. Forums, Battle of Azeroth, Class Power. Alright, let me look. Forums. What do we say? Classes? Battle for Azeroth items and classes. Classes Prot Warrior. Did that guy leave? Can't seem to find that one specific one that you're talking about. Class discussion? No, that's WoW Classic. It's not a blue? Oh, okay. Also agree with what you were saying. You don't want to be first. It's just asking for Nerf City. You just want to be somewhere slightly. So here's what I think, Noctavis. It's nice. Whoops. It's nice to get this, right? And I mentioned it earlier. It's nice to get more abilities to click, right? We have a faster shield block, and we have Ignore Pain off the global. I can click buttons more that make me more defensive. I can click them faster. However, I don't have the rage to do so. So I think in order to make a Prot Warrior come back to from where it is, we also need to increase our rage generation. Our rage generation was nerfed from Legion, right? So now we see stuff like Shield Slam is 15 rage. It used to be 20. Our charge is also 15 rage. It used to be 20. So things like that. And then Devastate used to be 5. So there's a lot of little things that they can do to increase our rage generation, put it back to Legion numbers. and then we'll be able to hit all those buttons a lot better. So I think that should work out. It's just someone throwing a third idea. Oh, got it. Courtesy of Wowhead. Change to our mastery would help. Thank God they're coming in fast and hard with the Prot Warrior nerfs. Hopefully we can be freed from the oppressive dominance of the almighty warrior tank. I agree. I think the deafening crash was unnecessary. I didn't see the point to it. Nerf to our AoE damage? Not really. It's a few seconds less of 15% increased damage. Alright, agreed, yeah. So, this is the first stream you managed to catch. Usually by the time I'm up, you've already finished. So I'd like to say thanks a ton. Noctavis, you're welcome, and thank you for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. And I also appreciate the conversation, man. Can I link my weak aura setup? Yeah, sure. It's right here. That is my weak auras for all of the tanks. Did that message? There it is. Every single class is on that playlist. That's the only thing you could remotely find for sure, Red. Thank you. I appreciate it. Deafening Crash got hit hard with the Nerf bat. Yeah, well, Brofist. It got hit by about, I would say, a 60 to 70% nerf. It depends on how much you use this. So Deafening Crash right now increases your demo shout by 2 seconds. Avatar lasts 20 seconds. I can get an average of 10 thunderclaps in for this window. Average of 10. Sometimes 9. Sometimes 11, depending on how good I am about it. But average of 10, which means I increase demo shout by 20 seconds. Deafening Crash is going to have a cap of increasing demo shout by 6 seconds. So that means 3 thunderclaps. So when I used to do 10 thunderclaps, I'm now limited to 3. At 3, I hit the cap, and that's it. No more thunderclaps increasing the duration of demo shout. So it's a bit of a nerf. It's like a 60 to 70% nerf. If you didn't use Thunderclap every other cooldown, it's not going to affect you that much. But yeah, it's definitely a substantial nerf to that one Azurite trait, which, you know, it's nice for the damage decrease. Yeah, that was the main thing. It was nice for decreasing the damage by 15% for an extra 12 to 14 seconds. Was it overpowered? Sure. It was the strongest Azurite trait by a long shot, and I mean by a long shot. Like there was no other Azurite trait that even came close to competing with Deafening Crash. Do I think it deserved a nerf? I don't know. Prot Warriors right now are really weak. If we weren't weak, I'd be okay with the nerf. Being how we are right now, I'm not all for this nerf because overall we're still going to be weak, and I feel like it helped us. But we shouldn't. This is one thing that I do feel about the philosophy of Azurite traits. We shouldn't be dependent on an Azurite trait being the only reason why we're viable. That's not how things should work. That being said, it kind of was. So if they keep buffing us a little bit more and a little bit more on the PTR, and they keep this change to Deafening Crash, I'm okay with it. Moments ago, we made the following hotfix in our Reef Emissary. Yeah, I saw the Emissary thing and the money thing. Anyone? Nice. I was like, anyone with the dispel? Anyone? You can't fear an undead warrior. We've got 2 fear breakers. So like right now, right? Here it is. I'm running Deafening Crash right now. And you will see that I'm increasing the duration of that demo shout by a very significant amount. In fact, I always do 1 extra. There it is. That's as many thunderclaps as I could get off. And my demo shout is off of cooldown now, so I can use it again. So that's the really nice part about it. But yeah, it's getting nerfed. Alright, we do have Tyrannical this week, so I have to watch out with that Golden Serpent. We're gonna have to kite a little bit more than normal. That being said, we have a Frost Mage. I hope that it goes well because we have a Frost Mage. Only refreshes 3 times now? Yeah. Yeah, that kind of sucks. So 3 thunderclaps, and that's it. Step in the right direction. I like cold. Oh, man. Don't we all? Don't we all? What is this? What is someone pinging over here? Why? What and why? Ah. I already don't like this. Does this mean that the golden globs that like come back to life on the golden serpent are gonna spawn explosive? Because I think so. I think that's what that means. Which means that I am not in charge of any of it, which makes me a little nervous. Makes me honestly a little nervous. I like having a little bit of power over it. Do we have a blood elf? We don't, huh? Undead. Blood elf monk. Blood elf warlock. We have blood elves. Alright, nice. Let's jump in here. Alright, so I interrupted the other Deathly Chill. That means that these are just kind of gonna go out. We don't have... Oh, we have a hunter. So hopefully we can get something like a trank. Something like a trank on the enraging big dude here. I already used my interrupt for the Shadowborn. Because this guy enraging just like that with a bolstered just like he is right now, that's going to hurt a lot. But, alright, we got him down. We got him down. No biggie. Alright, we're going to do this pull next. There's my interrupt. And make sure that we get down that explosive. Oh, 2 explosives back here. Just, oh, there it is. No, I think we failed that explosive. I don't have enough damage for it as a Prot warrior. Like, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Unfortunately. There's the Gust Slash going out again. That Gust Slash, it's always a killer, man. I hate it. Alright, we're gonna kite a little bit. You think this was one of the places that they retuned for explosive? Yes. I think so too. I'm pretty sure they mentioned it. They said CC, but then I don't see any CC going out. Okay. Also, one of the good things about explosive that I don't think enough people use is you can actually LOS an explosive. So if there was an explosive like this one right here, I can technically go around this corner and not get hit by it. So if you are running with like a guild group and you do a big pull, run around a corner, and those explosives that they spawn in the beginning, they're gonna be null and void. So that's also something that's really nice about explosives that you can use to your advantage. Just in case you needed some other way of dealing with explosive, running around corners works. Hiding from the explosion. Here we go. I got rid of that one, so I have a victory rush proc. Alright, so this guy's going to be the one with the gust as well. So what I want to do is just pull this guy back because the boss is going to spawn right now too. I have more than enough threat. The mage is out there. Come on, mage. There we go. Perfect. The underrot was, yes, I agree. Noctavis, if you check out the end of the footage with for my This Week in Mythic Plus video, I was running a +11 underrot, and then we tried the +10 after wiping on it, and it was bad, man. It was really bad. There was no way we could do anything about it. Alright, so I'm going to pull this guy up here a little bit. I did get the victory rush off of that, so that's good to note. So I do have one victory rush kind of banked right now. I have a few seconds left on it, so I'm gonna use it before it runs out, which is right now. I was at 100%, but hey, might as well use it. All right, so we're getting all of the ads. right back there. I'm seeing where they're pulling it right at the top of those stairs. And we're gonna have the ads come to life right now. And I'm gonna start moving the boss slowly but surely. So we do have that frost mage, so hopefully we don't run into like too much trouble trying to maintain a good uptime. Oh, come on, explosive. No! It was either I stay in there and get hit for like 90%, or we all take a little bit of a toll. Alright, so the ads are almost down. There's one ad left, but it doesn't seem like too many people are focused on the ad, to be completely honest with you. Alright, I got a victory rush off of that. That's nice. Oh, somebody said full boss. They don't want to DPS the ads. Okay. Alright, we're going to get the ads back up right now. We did have that go up. So they are definitely frost maging them and slowing them down. And I can handle these explosives. Yeah, that explosive got down so low I knew I was going to be able to get it with the thrown weapon. And since I do have that victory rush, let me just use it right now. Let me just use shield wall. Alright, so we do have all of those ads coming in. I don't want to keep moving too much, but I will when they get too close. So as of right now, they're not super close. They're pretty close. But I also don't want to keep LOSing everybody. So now that that ad is pretty close, that one right there, let me just kind of walk away a little bit, throw up my shield block, and hopefully, yeah, we have 400,000 damage left. This will be easy right here to just take down the rest of it. Nope. Nope. Come on. Come on, boss. Come on, boss. Just die before that one hits you. Ah. He's got 900 HP. We need to work through one ad. Are you kidding me? Nope, that's two ads already. Okay. I'm going to start moving this way. There's no more ads over here. So now we need to damage through two of those ads. If we would have had... The boss has 900 HP. 900. That absorb. We do also have, like, Blood Elf Purge. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Come over here. Come way over here. Oh, that's too much. That's too much. We're just going to wipe it. 900 HP. Can I link my weak aura setup? Yeah, man. I just linked it for you. At least King's Rest are able to rip early and you can move on as needed. Yeah, it just wasn't. If it would have been another little snare on one of the ads back there or something, or just one more auto attack from anyone, another Ice Lance, take out your wand, you shoot, you know, anything would have taken care of it. Someone did not use runes or eat their food. Alright, I got it. Here we go. That's my rune. Got it. That tunnel, it was some pretty intense tunneling. One more dot from the Warlock. I don't know if he's even Affliction. Alright. I think... Whoa. You're getting close there. Everybody here? Everybody's here. Alright. Let's go. Alright, so they need to drop it back up on that stair. The bad part is we don't have Lust for this one. So if we were a little bit short on the DPS last time, we're going to be a lot more short this time. That's for sure. Now I do have Victory Rush again. Holding on to it. I don't necessarily need to use it at this moment. So I'm just going to hold on to it for a little bit. And there it is. I mean, the Ignore Pain... I mean, the Victory Rush went away. But at the same time, there was no need for it. Alright, so ads are coming to life right now. Let's pop my Demo Shout. Increased damage done. Maybe I can be the difference in DPS. Alright, so I've got my avatar up right now. Let's go. Of course, as soon as I pop avatar. Blizzard, you're a sneaky one, man. Alright, so they took down the ads. Got it. Ads are now down, which is a good thing. They're all down on this side too. So what I need to do is bait them over to this side. So I don't want to run over and switch over here too fast, because then that means that they can run on both sides. So I definitely want to stay on this side until they all cross over here. So I can see the nameplates. They're all pretty damn far right now. Don't necessarily need to go anywhere. I'm gonna save my one shield block charge for that tail thrash. It's just an easier way of dealing with it. You can also, I got a shield slam for it. I'm not too worried about that explosive. You can also like use bolster and stuff for tail thrash, but if you save your tail thrashes for that moment, I mean, you save your shield blocks for that tail thrash, you'll do well. You'll be able to mitigate a lot of that damage. All right, so we've got all the ads coming this way. I can start moving the boss a little bit over here. Not a crazy amount, but I just want to start being ready. They're saying to target the boss again, to tunnel. We'll see, although the ads are pretty low. At this point, you know, Frozen Orb should be able to take care of most of them. I do have bolster up, so I don't need to throw on shield block. Just kind of getting it done. Tail thrash, shield block did go down. There it is, all of the globs are down. Boss is sitting at 700k. This should be our kill. And I can use a demo shout again. I can actually leave and just keep moving in this direction. Now we do have a lot of ads over here, but with that frost mage, that frost mage is not running his pet. So if he was running pet, it would be a little bit easier with 2 frost novas. But yeah, we got it. Nice, very nice. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna suck. These guys already hurt normally. Pug life. How are the pull guides going? Really looking forward to those. Noctavis, I'm working on him, man. I'm working on him. This Prot Warrior buff is going to take priority, and I'm going to make the Prot Warrior buff video first. But I have the footage and the audio recorded for Atal Dazar. So Atal Dazar is first, just because it was a little bit easier. It's a completely new format for me, right? I've never done it as intense as I'm doing it right now. I'm just going to take care of that explosion. I had to run in there for a brief second, but it's okay. I'd much rather take like 1 second of damage than have that explosive go off. But yeah, Atal Dazar is almost ready. I have had, you know, this week hasn't been the best for editing. I've had a few things come up, but yeah, I'm working on it, man. After Atal Dazar, I'm going to tackle one of the harder ones, which is going to be Motherlode, because Motherlode has a lot of shroud runs, a lot of different areas that you can take that aren't necessarily wrong or anything wrong with them, and it also has the death run, shroud, death run, a lot of different possibilities. So I'm going to do the easy one, I'm going to do the hard one, and then everything else should kind of fall in between, right? So that's the goal for that. All right, they want to tank him in here, that's fine, we can do that. Alright, so I used my interrupt on the queen here, and there's the Blade Storm. Who is that going out on? Make sure to get that explosive too. Another explosive. You can use a victory rush on an explosive as long as you're going to get another victory rush off of it too. That's nice to do. I thought I saw the MC go out here. I thought I was going to have to like fear bomb it. There's the explosive. Nice. Now we just have Mr. Blade Storm here. He's Blade Storming the pet. I wish he did that every time. Is that a new desk or something behind you? It is not a new desk behind me. Desk has always been there. Sometimes I'm like reaching for things and I hit the webcam a little bit that you guys see me through, so every now and then the angle kind of changes a little bit. But no, that desk has been there. I have an old Mac Mini hooked up to it that I was going to use as a media server, but never got it fully working. So yeah. There it is. that guy's just gonna jump around. Perfect. Sounds good. Thanks for the update. Also, tell those are your highest key. Probably the easiest outside of the one pull. Yeah. And the one pull you're talking about, the one pull in front of the Hulk boss, right? Totem, 2 honor guards, and 2 witch doctors. Yeah, that's the one that's like, take your time here. Take your time. You'll need it for sure. What's my IO on this tune so far, Jisung? It's like 800 something. As of recording this, I am the 4th ranked Prot warrior in my realm, so not amazing, not super low either. You know, trying to get up there, but working on it is also not. Come on, explosive. Nice. That's a lot of deaths already. Ooh, yeah. We didn't have enough explosive stomping there. It's just what happened. Yeah, so my IO is somewhere in the 800s. Play Vengeance Demon Hunter, use chains. Seems good. I haven't leveled up my Vengeance Demon Hunter. I have leveled up my Monk, Frost Mage, and Holy Paladin. And my Warrior. So those are the 4 classes I have right now. That being said, classes that are actually geared enough to do any substantial thing in Mythic Plus, Warrior. And arguably, I play my Frost Mage at a decent enough level, but my Frost Mage is like 340 something. But I can still do decent damage. Like on a Frost Mage, doing good cleave damage for Mythic Plus, it's not that difficult. So yeah, for Frost Mage, I can probably do some higher keys. I think I've done like 7s and 8s on my Frost Mage. But I don't focus too much time on them. Alright. Back in it again. Re-ready. We're summoning a different demon. Let's do it. Alright. Gotta handle these explosives as soon as they come out. No excuses. Alright. Explosives handled. That was the first batch. If I'm not blocking, I'm gonna die. So that's also another thing I really need to focus on, is the amount of blocks I'm doing. Tab spam. Tab spam. I'm telling you guys. I hate explosive because it feels like it's whack-a-mole. Right? And right now, I'm overcapping Rage because I don't have free global cooldowns to use Ignore Pain, because I'm just trying to devastate the explosives down. I'm just trying to avoid the explosives going on. So this is like the one time I've seen where I'm super overcapping Rage. Oh, come on. Nice. Now that's a lot of bolsters, but it's also going to be a lot less explosives, so we can deal with this. We can deal with this just fine. No Vengeance Demon Hunter. I never said I was switching to Vengeance Demon Hunter. I left it up to a poll for you guys to vote, and you guys voted Monk. We're getting buffed in 8.1. Yup. We are, Shaquille. Are we good right now? No, we're at the bottom of the food chain. But, that being said, we're not unplayable. There's a big difference between being bottom of the list and being unplayable. We are not unplayable. There are plenty of people who... I believe there's 2 warrior tanks who have done Mythic Cahoon. And there's also plenty of people who run, like, 14s and 15s on their Prot warriors. So, it's not all doom and gloom for Prot warriors. There's stuff you can do, right? If you know all of your toolkit, you can make it work. Is it harder to make a Prot warrior work than it is to make a Blood DK work? Yes. But you can, if you are hard-headed enough, make it work. Alright, Purification Strike. Let me get it out here again. I don't want that Purification Strike to just kind of hit everything and then we can't walk anywhere. So, try to make it go out on one side. That's the pull. CC, kiting, good heals are a must. Yes, I agree, Noctavis. I'm upset. I'm sorry. You still owe me like 10 balloons, man. AoE would be the best for Waycrest, right? Because you have an Outlaw Rotom out to AoE. Yeah, man. AoE is the best for any Mythic Plus. I don't know I think I saw the mage doing this big pull. Dude, we got bolstering. You really want a +8 bolstered and explosive slot here? I'm just gonna LOS these guys. One explosive is still gonna hit me here, but come on, guy. We have affixes here. If I LOS with these stairs, does that work? Maybe. Hey, the guy who pulled too much is almost dead. Who would have thunk it? Come on! The tab spam to try to find the explosive. That's the biggest reason why I hate explosive, is because it's kind of RNG. You tab spam until you hit the right target, and even then, you could use the wrong move on a target that is not an explosive, and then you're kind of screwed. You know, you're kind of SOL. And then look at this. We now have a hallway full of junk, and that you can't walk past, by the way. The poison will slow you down. So I don't know who pulled this all, but come on, man. Wasting time. Stairs. Prot Guardian just can't go absolute highest keys. Yeah, I agree. Prot Guardian, they're at the bottom of the list. They're not the best. They're not unplayable, but you're not going to be seeing them in the MDI. There's going to be a small, like an MDI All-Stars or whatever they're calling it for BlizzCon. You're probably not going to see Guardians and Prot Warriors. You're going to see a lot of Blood DKs. In fact, I would be surprised if we even see a Monk. I realize that monks are still good for that, but I'm going to assume we're going to see Blood DKs and Vengeance Demon Hunters, and that's it. I'm assuming we're not going to see Paladins or Monks or Warriors. Warriors and Guardian Druids for sure we're not going to see them. Paladins, we might see one for some kind of like cheeky pulls where you need to bop someone or something like that, but I honestly feel like there's probably not going to be too many of it. You said you would switch in beta. I left it up to a vote, man. I left it up to a vote. I wanted to be Vengeance Demon Hunter, but then I played a Monk, and I was like, this is kind of cool. So I left it up for a vote, and everybody voted Monk a lot more. That being said, I haven't had as much time as I thought I would to be doing Mythic Pluses and to be gearing up both of them. So really focused on the Prot Warrior. Now that I have a baseline, because I also needed to level them up, now that I have a baseline item level for that Monk and for like Holy Paladin and stuff like that, I'm going to be trying to play them a little bit more. I don't think there's too many people here that would want to see Frost Mage, although I have a lot of fun DPSing on my Mage. I don't think there's too many people that would want to see it, so we'll focus on the tanks. Let's pull this guy. We are going to get the Entomb, so I'm just going to tank it over here. The Hallway of Death? Yeah, that's what it was. You think Guardians is in worse position than Prot? If we play it right, we can survive. If Guardians play right, they still have a damn hard time keeping threat. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think with equal gear, I think that Prot Warrior can shine a little bit more. You need to change your playstyle, but that's required an explosive either way. Yes. Agreed. I honestly, Noctabus, this is my current feeling for Warriors and Guardians is we are both on a race to see who's worse, right? We're both like, hey, who can be the worst tank, me or you? And everybody's like, me. And it's like, I think the competition to the bottom is, it's an okay feeling to have, but I think the focus is we're the two worst tanks by a long shot. If you compare us to Blood DKs and a Mythic Plus, it is a far cry from where we should be, right? If Blood DK is the standard, then we are really bad. That being said, oh, I see you. That being said, if you can compete for that bottom spot, it's not a good place to be in. It's just we both need buffs. We both need buffs. Did I see Method use 5 DKs and a +1? Like yeah, I heard about it. I didn't see the replay or anything, but I heard about it. You're supposed to charge in, use Avatar and Demo, double block, spam, 15k. What? That's it? No. Yes. You also I would use Avatar before the pull starts, so that you can thunderclap once before, right? So I use Avatar before, then I charge, so that I can charge in, thunderclap, demo shout, and then start thunderclapping again. So I do lose about 3 seconds of Avatar, but yeah, that's how I do my pulls. Either way, sure, yeah. I mean, I do some big damage on AoE pulls, right? Got you, man. Got you. Just play it with Vengeance Demon Hunter forehead. Ah, man. Dude, I thought you were all about Warlocks now. I thought you were like, I left my Vengeance Demon Hunter behind. It's all about that Warlock life now. I love summoning demons. These demons and I have a lot in common. We go on long walks on the beach, right next to the gates of hell. All right, I got a victory rush proc. Might as well use it while I still got it. We are gonna get that Entomb going out right now because we do have Tyrannicals, so the whole room is on fire. So let's see where Entomb goes. Oh, nice. Burn Corruption. Come over here. Drain Fluids, nice. Not terrible. Korean teams will play Paladin, promise? Probably. Paladin has a lot of utility, and they're still strong. You know, they're definitely not like, no, dude, Paladins are super weak. No, they're very strong. Range silence, a good active mitigation uptime, self heals, the ability to have that utility for that bop, to help people out. Like, it's a lot of little things that help and add up, and I think Prot Paladins are very strong. That being said, Blood Decay still have the best toolkit. 100%, they have the best toolkit. But yeah, Paladins can try to challenge them. With the Vengeance Demon Hunter, I think you need a group that understands what you do, how your sigils work, and like for you to use that Vengeance Demon Hunter as best as you can, you are going to need someone that understands how your Fear Sigil works too. I think that's a big one. That Fear Sigil is one that not every group understands. $15k DPS isn't all that high. I think I've capped out at like 30k DPS if you do a big AoE pull. Double block, equal more, ignore pains. What do you mean? The gang's all here. I am. Then you play with Vengeance Demon Hunter again because I saw that you were trying to recruit a Vengeance Demon Hunter, or you were trying to recruit a tank. Sorry, rather. I mean, I'm sure you would rather recruit a Vengeance Demon Hunter, but yeah, I saw that you were trying to recruit. When we get another tank, you're going back on your lock. Nice. Do you play? What client do you play? Because I know you were trying to recruit, but do you play the US client? Alright. So, with this guy, the Berserker, this bleed right here sucks. Once you start stacking this up too high, you're gonna die. But you can handle one or two. The Koreans are just stubborn. I like that. I like that. I can appreciate somebody else being stubborn besides me. So then are we gonna see Koreans use Prot Warriors? Are they that stubborn? Or are they like reasonably stubborn? That CC didn't do anything. Oh, it landed too far behind. Yeah, your CC was a little too far. That being said, we shouldn't necessarily need it as long as people face the Poison Barrage in the right direction. Let's get rid of that explosive. We are gonna get the Berserker coming in right now. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, I can't get rid of that explosive. I can get rid of this one though. We're gonna get this Berserker, the Brute. And he's gonna get 2 stacks of bolstering. Alright, I'm gonna put him in the middle of the room so that everybody can run away from it. In whatever corner of the room that they are in currently. Except for that. I need to get rid of that explosive. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep him in the middle so that people can run out however they see fit. wherever they're standing. Alright, we still have an additional guy up. Oh, everybody swap DPS to take out the brute first. Nice.
Beware.
It's like we're doing things that are meant to be done. This is weird. Ah, there's the explosive over there. It got stomped out. Guys, I'm impressed.
Beware.
I am very impressed. We took out the brute first before the raptor. I don't know what's going on. We getting buffs, baby? Yeah, we are. Also, explosive tab is not RNG. You gotta send your camera towards it. When it's like, okay, for example, the pull right after the first boss, where you have all of the melee skeletons. All of the melee skeletons are right in front of your camera. So I consider that RNG because they're all in front of you, and so are the explosives. It's gonna be hard to determine which pixels are facing through them. This is a really big pull. I don't know about this. I definitely don't want to get hit by that explosive back there. But yeah, like right now, sure, I can face that explosive and tap target to it. But if it was 5 melee mobs against me right now, I consider it a bit of RNG. Because it's gonna spawn right next to, like this, sure, there's 2 guys. It's gonna select it. But yeah, like on certain pulls, it's just hard to get to. And the pull that we wiped to the explosive was that pull. There was 5 melee guys on us. It's hard to determine exactly where it'll hit. Hopefully the CC isn't broken on this one. You just play NA now? Oh, nice. The mage is depressing. Why is he depressing? Come this way. Come this way. Let's take care of this guy. Okay. Oh no, we got the explosives going off. Oh, I managed to get it right before it exploded. Okay. That explosive went off. It spawned next to the Berserker. Caught me off guard. Alright, sure, you can cast your Poison Barrage in this direction. That's fine. The use of the Alliance or Horde Mythic Plus server, if you're NA, yeah. On islands, you did way higher than that. Oh, but islands are easy. Like, you can pull crazy at islands, right? You can pull everything you want on an island, and you'll survive. Especially a normal island if you're just farming rewards. But, yeah, it's, in a regular, like, raid scenario with raid trash or in a Mythic Plus, like, this will be as high as it gets. And even then, it's not as high as it'll get, because I'm trying to stomp out the explosives. No, it didn't work. See, like, that explosive right there, it's kind of hard to exactly tab target it. There was a lot of things on my screen at that moment. Let's interrupt that Spectral Bolt. I'm sorry, Mana Totem, you're going to have to wait. I know you want my attention, but not right now. 2 explosives spawn at that moment. Did someone have a fresh rip fresh out the oven? That'd be an undead rip with the Warrior's Tears. We did. This is definitely a rip. Like, we have 1 minute left, and we have a lot of things to do still, right? Berserker just broke out too. This is gonna suck. This is gonna hurt a lot. Now, I already used my ritual bandages, so that's one thing that's definitely gonna suck about this. That I'm gonna be getting these bleed effects, but as long as I don't double stack them, if I let somebody else in the group get one of them, should be okay. There's the leap. I'm gonna stack on him to get. Actually, it's gonna be a second stack of the bleed. There we go. Oh, I did get the second stack anyway. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's help out the healer. Cannibalize got canceled instantly. Oh, because somebody pulled. I have 10%. This is another wipe right here. This is for sure another wipe. Is somebody trying to make the timer? Is that what it is? They're like, 40 seconds left. We can kill 2 bosses if I pull really fast. If I just pull everything really, really fast, we can make the timer. Not sure if that was the thought process, but I've seen it happen. Alright. So we did lose some people there, and I'm going to get a second stack of this bleed right here. So now it's about focusing on ignore pains. Maybe get a victory rush. Victory rush. Oh, there it is. My death. I think I can get a res. They should be able to kill it. What's up, Donnell? How you doing? Not having a boomkin for explosives feels bad. Also, like, rogues are really good at it, and I would argue that Frosty K's are really good at it there. My ass returned. What's up, Dominic? Do I not ever use the Horde Mythic Plus Discord for anything for keys? No, I use LFG. I use the LFG tool. I leave my luck up to RNGesus, my friends. Alright, my shield is breaking. And we're about to pull a boss. So, time to drop a hammer. This is a rip key. Hammer, let's go. 461 gold repair bill. Nice. But no, Jisung, I don't use the Discord. Normally when I'm recording footage for like this week in Mythic Plus, and this is not the way to do keys on time. When I'm recording this week in Mythic Plus, I'll queue up for like a +9, maybe a +10, and I normally don't necessarily want to be on comms, on voice comms, so I'll have like a podcast playing in the background. So that's why I don't, but that is a bad reason not to. If you want to push high keys and you want to get that high score, you need voice comms. All right, let's wipe on this boss because it's tyrannical. So the first thing we're gonna have is totems. So let me just pull this guy back. Lightning bolt, that's fine. I threw up a spell reflect, but okay. Let's interrupt this guy. Let's go. Alright, there's a Poison Nova. My interrupt is down. I used it on the Lightning Bolt. Anyone? Bueller? Oh, my interrupt came back up. Alright. Call of the Elements. You gotta deal with the explosive. I see the explosive totem right here, right in front of me. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Not enough DPS on this. There it is. Oh, hey. Totems spawn explosives. Ow. Why? Blizzard. Poison Nova. Let's go. I got the interrupt. Move back to the middle of the platform. Let's try to get him before another Call of the Totem comes out. Although Call of the Totems with explosive, man, explosive coming back to haunt us. I didn't think it was gonna be that. I didn't think that the totems were gonna spawn in. Hadn't really thought this whole dungeon through, guys. You guys set me up for this. You guys set me up to a rip key here. We're already at 41. We're already what, 3 minutes over? Yeah, 3 minutes over. Alright, I'm gonna save Avatar. No, come on! I wanted to save Avatar for the next boss. Where's the next boss? There's the next boss. Alright, we got the explosive totem. So let me just kind of cleave some stuff down here.
Beware.
Whirling axes not in the middle where I would love them to be. Now we can kind of control this since we don't have totems up. Where's the Poison Nova? Come on, got it. And the axes got cast in the middle right before I had to leave. Okay, perfect. You've had a rather interesting luck this dungeon. Yeah, you're telling me, man. All right, let the axes kind of go out once. There it is. And come on, explosive. Perfect. I did get that victory rush too off of it. There are the axes going out right now. Oh no! I got destroyed by those axes. I completely got destroyed. Okay, let's pop that last stand here. And then let's run back in. Okay, run back in. These explosives, man, look at that. The axe went right over them. Call of the Elements going out right now. So we're gonna get a bunch of totems that can spawn explosives. Here's the Poison Nova. Let's interrupt that. I don't know where the explosive totem is. Oh, it's in the back. It's about to explode right now. What is this boss fight? Really? Ugh. Oh, somebody left the party. Cool. That's a rib key. What was that boss fight? Axes everywhere, poison nova, 4 totems, spawning explosives. Ian. Let's wipe on this boss with a smile. That's why you're my hero. Dude, that was bad. That is a bad design. That's not even like, hey, you know what? We need to improve our gameplay. This is what we can do. That's just like, you've entered hell. This is the 7th level of hell. This is what was written on in Dante's Inferno. Spoiler alert, it was King's Rest at the end there. That was bad, man. No lust, bad DPS. I think tab targeting that much and avoiding all the axes is just going to be difficult for any group. I think your average group that can do a +9 can't handle that well. Regardless of lust and regardless of tabbing, you would need more hunters. Like, we had a lock, we had a mage. In order for them to properly DPS explosive totem, they would need to not move. Those axes are going everywhere. They're not gonna have the space. They're not gonna have enough time to get a significant cast out there, right? So you would need more like hunters, more instant cast just going out there, or melee DPSers that can close a gap, like a shadow step on a rogue or something. But that was a lot, man.
What is your business?
I feel like that's overtuned. Set you up to fail? I can tell. That was intense. Having a Frosty Cave feels bad for everything else in the dungeon because you could have had Boomkin or a Lock or a Rogue, though. Just out here crying for Red Dead Redemption 2, knowing you won't get it. Yeah, that comes out in a few days, right? Someone left unlucky? Yeah. They didn't want to keep trying that. That was pretty bad. You remember when the Nighthold patch happened in Legion and Explosive was the affix for the first weeks of it? Yeah. What was that? Tanking? Fuzzy. That was... If I would have had a group that was stomping out the explosives a little bit better and I didn't have to worry about it, it would have been a little bit different. But if you saw there how many explosives I handled, and as a Prot warrior, I don't handle them like very well. If I have a shield slam up, I one-shot it. If not, it takes 3 devastates to get down. So if I would have had a group that would have stomped down the explosives, I wouldn't have had to run all over the place too. So that was partly the group, partly me. I mean, I got hit by the axes by being out of position, but being out of position was no one was interrupting the poison nova. No one was stomping down the explosives quickly either. So it was a lot of little things. That guy just jumped off to his death. What? Guy? What are you... What? That was an NPC too. There's a lot of bugs that happen, like the orbs going under the floor and Vault of the Wardens. I remember that. I remember the orbs. I remember using charge, and then I got put underneath the floor. Underrot's probably the worst this week. It got fixed. Fuzzy, it got fixed. So I ran an Underrot on Tuesday. That morning when the servers went back up, right after the reset, and it was terrible. I agree. I used the footage for the end of This Week in Mythic Plus, but it did get fixed. Locke was Destro, yeah. Rip Key, how? Locke does well in that fight with Gates. That's true. Totem spawn orbs too. Yes, Demon Hunter. They were spawning orbs. I think what they did. This is just me spitballing. I think the change that Blizzard did was, if it's a non-elite that spawned, it no longer spawns orbs. So the last boss in Underrot, the spores are non-elites. The blood visages are elites. Those still spawn explosives. When we talk about the totems here on King's Rest, those totems are unfortunately elites. So I think they still spawn the orbs. At least they were spawning orbs right now. What's up, Brendan? How you doing, man? Today's is later than tonight. Oh, for sure, man. It's out like later tonight. Oh, today. Red Dead Redemption is out today. Nice, man. Very nice. I've been wanting to play Call of Duty, Black Ops, but I haven't had enough time to do that. You don't know about Destro? Who the hell plays Destro? Some people, man. The same people, the same mindset of people that play Prot Warriors, that same mindset plays Destro. They weren't kicking poison over position. Is your job, but it's hard to do without the help. Yes. It's hard to position how I should like those axes when I'm also explosive stomping a lot. But, you know, it is what it is. Caught the tail end of the stream. You'll check the VODs. New Prot Warrior buffs help significantly. So the new Prot Warrior buffs, with my current gear, I have level item level 375. The new buffs gave me 8k more HP, 0.9% more physical damage mitigation on armor, and Ignore Pain is off the global cooldown. Shield Block has a shorter recharge time. So Shield Block right now in live is 18 seconds. I do have haste, so it's hard to see, right? It's 18 seconds. In the beta, or in the PTR, it's 16. So right now with my current haste, you see that I sit at if I have one person with me, it goes down to 15 seconds. One person into the fray. That's 3 people. How can I get just one person? Is there just one person here into the fray times 1? So it goes down to 15. Yeah, 15. And in the PTR, it was down to 13. And also, here's one change that I'm a little hesitant about, and I'm too excited about it. You can block ranged physical attacks. So those mobs in Toll de Gore that use a gun on you that just shoot physical attacks, but they're ranged. There's also mobs that use throwing axes. Those things can be blocked now. So positioning yourself in front of the mobs is going to be a lot more important. Now, like when I run Toll de Gore right now, if there's a mob behind me that's using its range weapon and just using shoot, I don't care if I give it my back. There's nothing I can do about it. You can block range hits now. So now positioning is going to mean a lot more. And also, Deafening Crash is getting nerfed significantly. But the other changes are nice. Shrine of the Storm's explosive week equals 1. We can do a Shrine of the Storm actually right now. I was thinking about Shrine of the Storm being really terrible because of all the globs in the beginning, but then once you get through the beginning, it should be okay, right? Although on the last boss, the ads that he spawns are elites, so they probably spawn explosive too. Yeah, it's gonna suck. Some people are streaming it already if you want to take a peek. Red Dead Redemption, for sure, man. I'll take a peek. I remember playing the first one a decent amount. You have a 10 to get to kill yourself over Mythic Cahoon progression. Oh, you have to raid in 10. Nice. Are you raiding on your Warlock? I assume so. And good luck, man. Good luck. Is Vengeance getting a buff? Vengeance Demon Hunters? I don't know. I haven't honestly been looking at them. My Vengeance Demon Hunter is in 120, so I haven't been looking. Let's look. Let's look. Here's the post is it was page 2. Demon Hunter. They're getting new talents. I-Beam, Lesser Soul Fragment. No, this isn't it. That's Azurite traits. Vengeance. They're getting nerfed to Demonic Trample. You're not really going to be using that. Shares charges with Infernal Strike. Yeah, I mean, whatever. It's PvP talent. Spirit Bomb is... Yeah, no. There's no changes. Spirit Bomb just says instant instead of 40-yard range instant. It doesn't matter. Yeah. It seems like Vengeance, no changes so far. Happy it's not a fortified week as well. Did we get denied? Storm. Come on, Shrine. Another 9? Another 9. Checking IO. I thought it said checking IO after. I was like, why would you... If you're going to check IO, why would you emphasize it and do it after the run? Hey, thanks for the run. Let me see how you were supposed to do. Shield block changes what you're excited about. I mean, IP is nice, and That's weird, Brendan. The thing I'm most excited about is blocking ranged and then IP off the global. There's a lot of fights where I use a lot of ignore pain. It's gonna be nice being able to generate rage and hit ignore pain at the same time. That's nice. I can use a shield slam and ignore pain at the same time. What kind of world are we living in? This is crazy. You really don't care you're not doing it one way or another? The shrine. That blocking range is really nice. Does that apply to paladins as well? I don't know, Meatball. I didn't test out paladins. To be fair, I think so. So the only reason why I tested it is I saw a small post on MMO Champ sometime like last week, or no, the PTR build came out on Friday. So on the weekend, I saw a very small post that said you may be able to block ranged attacks now. So it should apply to paladins as well. Should. Alright, we got a Shrine of the Storm. I believe it's a +9. Let's get it. Oh no, it's all good, Brendan. It's all good. I figured one more rip key. We can rip another. Storm Song.
Stay the course.
You did that to all of your seat keys in Legion? You would just delete them? Have I seen the affixes in 3 weeks? I have not. Is it like Necrotic Raging? Necrotic Raging Fortified? I think that's about as bad as it can get. +5 is the highest you can get into on your Warrior and Rogue. Just try those once a week. Nice. Fortified, Teaming, and Explosive. Teaming got nerfed though. If it was original teaming, like if they had never adjusted teaming from when it first came out, I'd be terrified of it too. But teaming did get nerfed. It's not going to be fun for certain keys for sure. Shrine is going to be the one that really pops out with all those globs. They also have a lot of added mobs, but I think it'll be doable. It won't be that fun. Show me where I can fly. Well, as we say in the jazz world, let the good keys rip. Just let it rip, man. Oh, my phone's dying. Oh, for sure. Yeah, go. I don't know if you're still here, but absolutely, man. You just messaged me. Thanks for your feedback on our brief test with Browser. With Browser? What are you talking about, Rye? You feel Explosive will get adjusted again? I agree, Brendan. I agree. I think it needs to. I think, like right now, you guys saw me do the King's Rest. I don't think the totems should spawn Explosive. I think the fight will still be difficult if the illusions of the bosses that come back to life can spawn Explosive, right? That still puts us in an area where we still need to jump back and forth between two different areas. Last boss in Shrine was awful last night. I was peeking around, Brendan. I saw you doing that the Shrine yesterday. And I'm sorry, Brendan, I didn't do the key with you yesterday. I honestly I kind of lurk around and edit, but yeah, I you know, tuned in every now and then. I saw you running the Shrine. Oh wait, this guy's here, right? Yeah, this guy's here. Let's summon this guy. Yu-Gi-Oh, right? That's your name? Yu-Gi-Oh. We'll see how bad. I mean, it's probably going to be pretty bad with Explosive. I do feel like Explosive needs to be looked at again, for sure. This seemed like a nice way to support the stream. Yeah, right. Thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. Right, are you... No. Okay. Alright, let's jump in for now. All the little ads Poop the explosive. Ah, that's not gonna be fun. He's about to banish you to the Shadow Realm. I hope not, man. I hope not. I just want to tank and do some keys with my friends. Actually, I don't know these people. I wonder if explosive orbs come during a tall last boss with the spiders and pop up in the fight. Okay, that would be ridiculous. That would be like Vault of the Wardens when explosive first came out and the walls spawned explosive too. I hope that the spiders don't spawn explosives. Although that being said, how things are right now, I could see it happening. We had all melee too. We have
5, 4, 3,
we have a Shadow Priest and a Boomkin. All right, we've got a Boomkin. No, they don't. They don't drop them. Oh, okay. Oh, good, good. I mean, I believe you if they do. After doing the Underrot earlier this week, anything is possible, man. Anything is possible. Guy, my guy, come on, come back in here. So look at that. Devastate does nothing. As a Prot warrior, it feels bad that it's like, hey, do you have Shield Slam? You can't deal with explosive then. It's on cooldown? Too bad. You can't help your group out. No, they don't drop them? Yeah, that would be funny. That would be like the King's Rest we just ran. This is going to be the bad pull. This is the bad pull. Okay. Here's what I want to do. I want to pull these guys back so that we don't aggro the orbs. That being said, I was fully expecting someone to just run in there and be like, my cleave damage. What are you doing? This tank doesn't care for me and my meters. This is terrible. I hate this tank. Okay. It's not going to be that bad anymore. We just eliminated the 2 longest lasting mobs in this pull. Okay. I'm okay with this. Let's go, little droplets. Please don't spawn explosive yet. Oh, okay, here it is. 1 explosive. Done. Bolstering. A non-elite with 500k HP. Alright, not terrible, guys. Not terrible. I don't want to pull both. I really would rather not. There we go. That's smart. Dude, really? This Demon Hunter. If only Lou was still here to see this. Like, you can't kill the spiritualist now. Classic Demon Hunter. It's okay. He plays Vengeance on his off days, so he's just used to doing the pulls. You can LOS the orbs right there? Yes. Yeah. I don't think there's enough groups or enough people that know that LOSing orbs is a thing. I've been in groups before. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, in Legion, doing Kara was not the easiest thing. Kara was either upper or lower. It didn't matter. They were both relatively difficult. So when I would run Kara had a lot of hallways. And I would try to LOS explosive orbs. But I was the only one in my group who would try to LOS it. Nobody else in my group would ever try. So it was always a struggle against my group. I felt like I was battling my group is what it felt like. Trying to LOS explosives just felt like the whole group, every now and then, like, I would try it, and normally we would go, what the fuck, tank? Why didn't you deal with the explosive? And it's like, I went around the corner, man. We can all just go around the corner. So this is one of those things where at this point with Pugs, I don't try to LOS explosives anymore. Every now and then I do if the pull is way too bad, and it's like, if I survive, we have a chance. But unless it's that bad, I normally don't. Demon Huntardo. Oh, man. Those are fighting words, man. You want to fight with some Demon Hunters, dude. You know what, Cruiser? They are their scars, alright? I don't think you understand. You want them to change. But they are. See, like that one right there? Everybody can LOS that one, right? Everybody's already up here. I don't need to move anymore. Can I complain about one more thing, guys? Like every now and then there's like these effects, right? Like the Azurite traits dropping the Azurite puddle on the ground, and I have to stand in it, and that's cool and everything. But this sometimes stops me from seeing abilities that are meant to kill me being cast on me too. Alright, let's do this because the pat is no longer there. Please do not pull. Nice. Alright. I was expecting a pull. Not gonna lie. I was expecting a really big pull there and just terrible, terrible things to happen. That's a lot of explosives, man. Why? Why does it keep spawning 4 at a time? Alright, we have one big bolstered glob that was right there. I'm glad it went down. What buffs are Prot warriors getting? So James, if you know our ability Vanguard, right? It gives us a little bit more stamina and it gives us armor based on the amount of strength we have. That is getting a 5% increase to each category. So I think right now it's 40% more stamina and 50% more armor based on strength. That's going to become 45 and 55. So for me, it was 8,000 more HP and 0.9% more reduction on armor. And Ignore Pain is getting off the global cooldown. So Ignore Pain is no longer on the global. And we can block ranged attacks. Physical ranged attacks, we can block them. Oh, I can't get to that explosion right now. Nice. Somebody got to it. One of our ranged. So yeah, those are the changes. Oh, and shield block recharges faster. So instead of an 18-second recharge timer, it is now going to be 16 seconds. That's it. Those are the buffs. Deafening Crash is getting a little bit of a nerf, but for now, those are the buffs. You can't wait to see what happens now with this shrine when the non-explosive week. I hope somebody stomps that out. Yeah, somebody's working on it. Surging Rush. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm going to get charged right here. Nice. I got the choking brine on me, man. It's not... Somebody help me. Oh, no. Oh, no. The explosion. The global cooldown, man. It got me. I was trying to charge. But I had just used Heroic Throw. Stun the Grasp. It's kind of like the snakes. If you stun the tentacles, they will go down. Alright, I've got the brine on me again. There it is. Got cleansed. Nice. Stomping out that explosive. Nice and quick there. There's the debuff. Went out on me. If anyone gets hit by one of these puddles on the ground, they get the debuff too. So it's an easy way of spreading the debuff is just standing in that. So if you can avoid it, you should. Gotta say, you think this is the worst dungeon, not the hardest, but by far the least fun. Really? I think that King's Rest is less fun. I really do. Oh, God, why? Or any dungeon with 2 tanks on a 5-man, those are not fun either. It's just too many chiefs, man. Like right now, we have a Havoc Demon Hunter tank and the Prot Warrior in this run. Atal was not bad with explosive, just the little raptor things. Oh yeah, those guys are gonna be bad, but they do go down fast. There's that, right? Just use a DPS cooldown. They go down real quick. This is gonna be like what, 6 stacks of bolstering on this guy, which is gonna suck. All right, get out of your swiftness ward. Where did you spawn your treants? They were really far away, man. Yeah, get out of your ward. Perfect. Thanks for the interrupt. Am I happy with the buffs? They're okay. They're a step in the right direction. They're not a nail in the coffin. They're not going to be like the de facto end-all Prot Warrior. Like, this is it, guys. This is when we become good. This move over DKs and monks. That being said, they're not bad. I'm glad we can press our abilities faster now off the global and they recharge faster, but I need rage to be able to click them faster, right? So that's my biggest complaint. You gave us more abilities that cost rage, and that's fine and that's nice, but I now need more rage to use those abilities that you gave me. You gave me faster cooldowns. You're not giving me the rage for it. If you could give me the rage for it, I'm good. That's it. That's all I needed. So yeah, if they increase rage generation of like Shield Slam, maybe they bring back rage for Devastate, since it is our filler. Those things would be nice. That would start adding up and really make a difference. How's my healer? Oh, my healer's got a lot of mana. King's Rest is your favorite? I don't like the council boss fight. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just don't like it. Whether it's tyrannical, whether it's fortified, it doesn't matter. That that council fight, I'm not a fan of it. Have I found with your Prot? Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, we got Treants. Somebody else is tanking. That's fine. Have I found with your Prot, your tab targeting seems to prioritize explosives? Your tab always goes? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I try to aim it in the right direction to get the explosives. But if it's a super heavy melee group, like let's say, like all of those non-elites that we spawned right there, they're all in melee. They're all gonna be spawning like explosives. That's the one part where it's like, oh, this kind of sucks. I can't tab target. Like I can try to tab as much as I want, but I'm probably gonna miss it. So sometimes yes, sometimes no. Let's get rid of this explosive. Nice. Do I have Blessing of Ironsides up? He doesn't. Okay, perfect. There it is. Blessing of Ironsides. Let's start kiting a little bit. We have the range caster down as well. Alright. So I have Avatar for this pull. I don't mind this pull, but it's going to be a lot of bolstering, which means if one person is not stepping on the rune, they're dead. They're dead. That's it. There is no other solution to that besides you're dead. There's a Carved Flesh. Oh, Demon Hunter, dead. Where'd you die? Out here next to the tank? Yep. Weren't in the ruin, my friend. What is the warrior buffs? They remove Ignore Pain. Yeah, Black Marsh. The warrior buffs are IP is off the global. Shield block recharges faster, so instead of an 18-second cooldown on shield block, it is now 16. More base stamina and more base armor. So I got about 8k more HP and about 0.9% more armor mitigation. And you can block ranged physical attacks. I think that's it. Is there a macro add-on or weak aura for explosive? Yeah, Meatball, I linked it earlier. I have a weak aura for explosive. Here, after this minor reinforcing word goes out, I can link it to you. Alright, I'm out of it. Let me throw on a shield block. There it is. I should be able to tab. So Meatball, this is the weak aura I have for explosive. I saw there was a giant explosive right next to me. Should have been there. What's up, Beth? Why aren't we doing 9, bro? We should be doing 10s and 11s. Yeah, I agree. 10s and 11s, though, are kind of difficult this week. This week is not like a super easy week. Depends on the key, right? 10 and 11 might be more doable on something like an Atal Desar. But, you know, this guy has 3.3 million HP. This is a raid boss right here. But I do 10s and 11s. Most of the time, doing 10s and 11s will require you to do voice comms, though. You don't necessarily need it, but you do need a little bit more coordination, a little bit more focus. Alright. That being said, can someone raise a boomkin? Nice. Okay. Aren't warriors going to struggle against magic damage still? Yes, Black Marsh, we are. I said it a little bit earlier, but we're getting the ability to we're getting faster abilities, right? Ignore Pain off the global, faster shield blocks. That's nice. We can press our buttons faster. However, I don't have the rage to really press them faster, right? Does that make sense? So as much as it's like, hey, that's super cool, we're gonna be able to use things faster. My question is, with what rage? We should be getting an increase to rage generated from charge, shield block, and devastate, and then I'll be like, all right, we're all set. We can stay like this for the rest of the expansion. We won't be the best, but at least we'll have enough rage to use all of our abilities, use a lot of ignore pain. You know, like we'll be able to help ourselves out in that regard. That being said, right now, not necessarily what it's looking like. Let me put that guy right there. So if people want to avoid the storm, they can just by doing this. Oh, it's still casting on us? Yeah, it's still going out on us. Okay, let me back him up just a little bit. I'm still working on getting this this positioning just right for that storm. Yeah, he's a little bit out there. Okay. Come on, come this way. There we go. Just like that.
Beware.
And is that better? Nice. It worked. Alright, nobody seems to need to use it. If it was fortified, you know, fortified Grievous like last week, for sure there'd be more incentive to use that.
Beware.
You just want Druid to be viable, your favorite tank? Druid needs... They need a lot of things. I think one of the things that Druids would all rejoice over is an ability like Rage of the Sleeper back, right? Something that'll help mitigate magic damage a little bit. I know that they, you know, in BFA they removed a lot of the magic mitigation. But I think removing the magic mitigation that Druids had, plus all of these small nerfs that they had, it all kind of added up slowly but surely. So being able to do that, being able to have one ability to mitigate damage, I think would go a long way for Druids. But I think something else that Druids could use is an offensive cooldown besides Incarn, something baked in. So you can pick up Incarn, but not everybody's going to pick up Incarn. Incarn isn't for everyone. But I think adding something like Berserk, something other than Maul and Ironfur to dump your rage in, right? Every now and then, you know, you have enough Ironfur to survive. You know, you don't necessarily always want to Maul. Maul isn't the best ability, but something else that can use up that rage and use it offensively, kind of like warriors have Avatar. I think that would go a long way in helping their threat generated, and I think it would go a long way into helping their playstyle, right? I think it could vary it up and make people kind of enjoy that playstyle again. Just be a little more aggressive. As a tank, I get it. You have to be defensive. But when all you do, every action you take is only defensive and defensive only, and it has nothing else to it, it can get kind of boring. And, you know, coming from a Prot warrior, your focus is defense, but you still have something like Avatar, right? I can still top a meter every now and then. It's just, it's something that's very insignificant in the big scope of the game, but it goes a long way for helping players not feel like they're stagnated, not let players feel like all I do is try to survive and that's it. There's nothing else I can do. My playstyle is just focus on not dying. So I think those little things would help. They should just put Mark of Ursal into Ironfur. I think that would be busted. I think that would be very busted because you use Ironfur a lot. It is not crazy to have decent uptime on 2 stacks of Ironfur. Like 100% uptime on 1 stack for sure, which would mean that you would have Mark of Ursal up 100% of the time. I think that might be a little busted, but you know, maybe with an internal cooldown that would work. All right, let's see how our interrupts are on this team, and let's just jump into it, guys. So I'm gonna get a hindering cleave right now, but that's okay. I have my shield block. I'm gonna take 1 just like this. That explosive's gonna go off. Yep. There's only so much I can do against explosives, and doesn't seem like anyone else is taking care of them. Why? I shouldn't be having to get everything. There's another hindering cleave. He's not buffed right now. I'll just sit here and take it. It doesn't hit me that hard, to be completely honest. Just cleared my stacks. Everybody can kind of stack up in there. I'm gonna need just a little bit more of people getting rid of the... That, look at that explosive. Just need a little bit more for that explosive. Just need a little bit more. Demon Hunter should one-shot them? Yeah, he should, but he was tunneling. If we look at we see damage taken. Enemy damage taken. Explosives. I mean, I guess we did get a little bit of other people kind of getting it done, but yeah. Yeah, I have to wait for this Pat as well. Then number 100. What's up, Hector? You see, you said the Demon Hunter can handle them, and the Demon Hunter says that the Boomkin can handle them. No one wants to do them. No one wants to do the explosives. Guardian Druids are not that bad. Gotta know how to heal yourself is all. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Guardian Druids are kind of like warriors right now. They're not unviable, right? You can run a Guardian Druid and you can make it work. But it's a lot of knowing your toolkit, knowing exactly when to use it, and if you mess up, the mess up is kind of it's a lot bigger, and it's felt a lot worse than on other classes. Sorry, they're just, you know, yelling amongst each other. All right, let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. All right. I'm about to get a Hindering Cleave out right now. So, Blessing of Iron Sights, that's fine. I for sure thought that Demon Hunter was going to get hit by that Hindering Cleave because he wasn't moving. Alright, I'm not going to worry about the explosives right now. They should be doing something with that. Here's another Hindering Cleave right now. I do have my block up, so I can take a Hindering Cleave relatively well as long as I'm blocking. So they need to interrupt her out of that. Oh, we had an explosive go off. Here's a Blessing of Iron Sights. Here's a Hindering Cleave going to go out right now. So let me just kite a little bit. Where's the Hindering Cleave? There it is. Get that away from me. Okay. Let me get another interrupt here on the Slicing Blast. We have 12 stacks of the debuff from the Slicing Blast. Yeah, there's just not enough interrupts going out, honestly. It's not even the Hindering Cleave or the explosives at this point. It's the fact that we have 13 stacks on a +9. I don't know how the healer is even healing through this. To be completely honest with you, that's an insane amount of healing needed. You had 50% explosive damage and Taldazar +11 with both Boomy and a Fiction Lock and Power. Boomy should always dot them. Yeah. We have plenty of stomps, and we also have... We don't have crazy amount of interrupts, but 13 stacks is just... 13 stacks is 10 too many. The group was already yelling at each other, so I don't... Oh, man. They said don't release. A little too late. A little too late. I didn't know they were B-resing themselves. Where's the Pat? Oh. You can always clear them in the defensive ward. Yes, you can. You can get some clear. You can clear your stacks there. Agreed. Come on, guy. Just move. Intros for trash. I think I did 2 interrupts on that one. Oh, I did do 1. Damage. Alright. Give me something free? Hector, the WoW Classic demo is launching on November 2nd. You're gonna be playing it? Costs $60 to play. this is a rip key already. Okay. Let's do it. Alright, so we're going to be taking this Blessing of Ironsides. I got this next interrupt. Let's see. There it is. Interrupt. Explosive. Going to go off? Almost. Alright, so we've got a Hindering Cleave coming out soon. There it is. Let me just get the hell out. Oh, I think Demon Hunter got hit by it. Yeah, he did. These explosives, are they affected? No, okay. Nice. Explosive went off. Blew everybody up. Hindering Cleave about to go out right now. Yeah, that's a wipe. That's another wipe. They got a B-res off. Okay. Did he accept the B-res early? He did. Yeah, he accepted the B-res early. This is a rip key. You would gladly pay $60 to play it for 3 days and get tired of it. How do you feel about the alleged sub number leak? It's whatever. I mean, if the subs are sitting at 1.7 mil or whatever, I can see that because the pre-order numbers for BFA weren't crazy high. But that being said, we only know the numbers for the pre-orders, right? Do we know how many people purchased after the fact or have purchased since then? I don't know if we know all of the numbers, but that being said, it kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense. I think that Blizzard could be doing a little bit more to retain more players, but like the next patch is a step in the right direction. Oh, there it is. Somebody left. All right, that was a rip key. Wow. Yeah, no problem, Meatball. You can't make a macro to slash target explosive orb. Right, yeah, that's not a thing. Can't do that. You think something we have learned as Prot Warriors since Legion, we won't ever be the top tier tank in Mythic Plus, but we can sometimes bump up the ranks in raids. Yeah, and again, I don't ever want to be the overpowered tanking class that can do everything and be #1 and just be the best all the time. Because that means that the nerf hammer, the nerf bat, is going to be aimed at me. And that hammer swings hard. When you get hit with the nerf hammer, you get hit hard and you get over nerfed. So I'd much rather just kind of fly under the radar. I just want to be above average. If Prot Warriors were like the 3rd best tank or 4th best tank, I'd be okay with that. I'm perfectly fine being the 3rd or 4th and then letting my personal knowledge of the class and my personal like reaction time and skill carry me the rest of the way. I'm fine with that. But yeah, being OP, not something I want. Sadly, you have to go for sure, Noctavis. Thanks for stopping by, man. Am I streaming again tomorrow? Yes. Yeah. The schedule did change from yesterday to today, but no, tomorrow's the same. Love your blood decay. All you're saying is that you mained it since Wrath and you will never change. That's how I feel about my Prot Warrior. I've mained mine since Wrath. Not gonna change. That boss is not fun with a lot of range DPS. They have shitty interrupts. Yes, the crews are good. Yeah. You regret leveling Blood Decay, removing 15% armor from the 3rd war, but you're getting a buff to your Bone Shield armor, Black Marsh. So your armor is getting nerfed a little bit in that sense, but you're getting a buff to your Bone Shield. And all in all, it's about a -1% armor change. So it's a bit of a nerf, but it's a bit of a nerf for DK tanks who just don't keep a Bone Shield. Like if you're a tank who isn't worried about that, then you're gonna be hit harder. But if you're a tank who plays a Blood Decay properly and you have Bone Shield up all the time, you're hardly gonna feel that change. It's not the amount of orbs, it's the problem, it's the amount of people that want to deal with them. Yes. Never saw that coming. Yeah, you guys set me up for that. Feed us the rip keys. Ugh. Guys. You love how people make a big deal out of Blizz sub count. Imagine making 50 million a month. I mean, look, Blizz sub count the game is so old, it's just gonna keep going down. It's a bleed out at this point of sub numbers from Wrath of the Lich King. It's always been a bleed. It's just a matter of how fast or slow they're gonna bleed them out. But I mean, the game is gonna die eventually. It's a 12-year-old game. WoW Classic is gonna bring back some people, and I think WoW Classic, I feel like WoW Classic and retail WoW are gonna have about the same amount of active users. I think a lot of people that left WoW once we started getting to Cataclysm and started getting into a proc-based system where there's no firm rotation, and you know, we started going, like, when they took away reforging, they started pruning classes and taking away abilities. I feel like a lot of people left, and a lot of people liked the more simplistic time where there was a deterministic rotation. There was also upgrades, and there was also, the bosses weren't so tightly tuned. You know, in Cataclysm was when we saw the launch of LFG. Yeah, Cataclysm was LFG and LFR, I believe. I know it was LFR. LFG might have been around in late Wrath. So a lot of people just don't like these changes, and they want to return to a more simplistic MMO, and that's okay. Like I mentioned earlier, it's all about nostalgia, and every now and then I go back to really simplistic games that I really enjoy as well. And WoW right now in retail, if you play High Mythic Plus, or if you raid at a mythic raid level, when you're playing, you're always on, and you need to react accordingly. You need to do things a certain way. LFG was in Wrath, yeah, so LFR was Cataclysm. They also killed the Bone Storm talent. They did put a cap on it. Yeah, they nerfed it. They nerfed it a lot, like 60-something% probably overall. But yeah, I feel like WoW Classic is going to have its own player base that just want a simple MMO that you can log in and not worry about. You can run full spirit build if you want, because the bosses don't have Titan rage timers. You can run a full crit build even if your class doesn't really allow it. You can do hybrid builds even though you would output more DPS if you went full into one tree, as opposed to, you know, 31 into this tree and then doing the other 20 or whatever in the other tree. So WoW Classic is going to have its own allure, and it's gonna, I feel like WoW is kind of going to become like RuneScape, with OS old school RuneScape and retail RuneScape. They have similar numbers. That being said, there's a more dedicated group for old school RuneScape, so we'll see what the terms of dedication and people watching the content is. But I feel like they're both going to maintain similar numbers. Just watch your back. The hammer's always eyeing warriors, and is sustained by their tears. No, man, we don't even have heals anymore. If they gave us a heal, I might agree with you. Although, okay, my biggest complaint about warriors, we need to look at their talents. Warriors have one build. You could change this row, you know, you could pick up Stormbolt, or you could pick up Crackling Thunder if you really want a bigger Thunderclap. But this is the main one. This is the most variation you're gonna see on a Prot warrior. That right here. That's it. I think it's a little ridiculous. I think we need some talents that compete. And Blizzard, if you're watching, that doesn't mean nerf these talents. It means buff the other ones. We don't need more nerfs, please. LSG was Wrath? Okay. For sure, Rat. If it really is 1.7, means they're making about 20 mil a month. That's from 150 mil. We're talking about 10 years ago. We don't know how much they were making in Legion. You're talking about how much money they're making now in comparison to 10 years ago. If you made a game that at its peak was making 150 million, and 10 years later it's still generating 20 million, that is a very, very good game. There are very few games that still generate that much money 10 years later. If we're talking about like from expansion to expansion, yeah, it's you know, it drops slowly. I think it's fine. The World of Warcraft was able to pay Blizzard by subscriptions enough to develop Hearthstone, enough to develop Overwatch, enough to develop Heroes of the Storm, enough to develop a failed Project Titan that became Overwatch. Like, World of Warcraft has paid in dividends, like an insane amount. But when you compare peak to this leaked number, sure, it's a big number in comparison, but 10 years later, like, how much money did they make over the years? It's an insane amount. It'd be dope to see Classic come back bigger than retail. Yes, that would be really nice. I think we can see that. You doubt the sub count is 1.7? I doubt it too. I doubt it's 1.7. That being said, you know, if it is, and if we're talking theoretical, it's still, I mean, look, WoW is still, you know, top 10 games on Twitch every day. It's not, it hasn't dipped below that. It was top 5 as soon as BFA came out. They made some mistakes. They're now like between 4th to 7th place, but you're still top 10 on Twitch. You know, you're still doing good. It was more simplistic, but the boss encounters weren't exactly full of mechanics. Yes. So I think WoW Classic is going to cater to, like, I like doing islands because they're simple and they can offer decent rewards that are nice transmogs. But every now and then, I don't always want to do a +10 mythic dungeon or a raid with an insane amount of mechanics. Every now and then, we all want to play and veg out. Sometimes I play and I level up a new character. Sometimes I log into a DPS and just pug LFR, I mean, just jump into LFR or something. Every now and then, you need a moment where you're kind of taking a break but still playing the game you like, and WoW Classic is going to offer that. So, you know, it's going to do that. It's probably 3 to 4 mil alone in Asia and sub to WoW. We'll see. I don't think they're going to release the numbers, but I would say it's 3 to 4 as well. You watch some old raids, you got to see. You think you'd be bored doing the same one mechanic. So that's the thing. I think back in the day, content was being released slowly as well, and people were getting used to the mechanics. So back in the day, you had a really slow progression, right? You ran Ubers, you ran LBRS, you ran Ubers, and then you ran Molten Core. You farmed that out for a little bit. You walked into AQ, and then you farmed that out for a little bit, and then you would eventually get to Nax. But you would need slowly better and better gear. That being said, there was one raid difficulty. It was what it was. And the difference in gear between stuff that you would get like in Molten Core and AQ wasn't that much. So I feel like players nowadays can do Nax as long as they have frost resist gear. This is the big but, right? As long as you have frost resist gear, you can do Nax with frost resist gear plus Molten Core gear and maybe like a piece or two of AQ. I feel like you're gonna be able to do that, right? So I feel like the progression through the content depends on how fast they release it, but I feel like you're not going to need to spend as much time grinding through the tiers as you do now in live, right? So right now in live, you need to level up. Once you level up, you either do world quests or normal dungeons, and then you can eventually do heroics, and you keep doing world quests, and then you can do mythic zeros, and then you work your way up through the mythic plus game, and then you can also start doing normal, heroic, and mythic level rating, and each tier is a big bump up. It's 15 item levels, so we have big bump ups between tiers. I want to say it's 30 item levels for the same difficulty. Like, it's substantial. It is a lot of stats. Back in the day, it wasn't a lot of stats, so I feel like we're gonna need to I feel like people are gonna get through that content. No argument there. They made a killing. No argument that WoW initially changed the whole damn industry. Yes. Just glad they're forcing you to play a new game. It just, I've tried playing other games and I got into Destiny 2 for a little bit, but Destiny 2 had a lot of errors, a lot of problems too. But walk into AQ only after spending a month plus opening it, then another. I didn't mean it so nonchalantly, but what I mean is once AQ gates are open, if you level up a brand new tune, I don't think it's going to be too big of an issue if you have your resist gear to go in there and do the bosses. As long as, you know, if people are gonna know their rotations and understand them, as long as they stayed the same as how they were. So people are gonna be able to output more damage, do mechanics better, and heal better as well, and tank better. Zolgorod Raid, yup, coming back. WoW Classic is catering to the young bloods who never played vanilla and have no idea how slow and grindy it was. Yeah, that's so. When people say vanilla was difficult, it wasn't necessarily difficult. It was grindy. It was like, hey, before you go into Molten Core, you need this much resist gear. Well, how do I make it? You can either farm out the mats or farm out the gold for it. Either way, it's not a fast road to either of those solutions, but you need to grind out a different set of gear. Well, how do I get into AQ? You need this much nature resist. You need to grind out that much gear. So it's a different grind. It's more of a solo grind, right? You go, you do your own thing, grind out however you want to get the gear, whether you want to buy it, you want to craft it, you want to get the mats for it, to pay it off completely. However it is that you're going to grind for it, you kind of solo grind or you can do group grinding, and then you jump into that content and do it. So it's a little different. You hope Blizzard is smart and puts vanilla WoW and retail WoW under the same sub. I agree. If they require 2 subs, I don't know how long I'll be able to do both subs either. Need to make classic twinks. I had some twinks back in the day. Oh, by the way, Hector, twinking is back in retail WoW, like in BFA. The battlegrounds between people who turned off XP and turned on XP are merged. They're the same thing. So if you want a twink, you can come back. You're not looking forward to the QQ of all the Legion babies when they're so heavily restricted by game designs? That too. I am very curious to see how they're going to treat certain classes. Are they really going to let Feral and Boomkin and Shadow Priest and Rep Paladins be how they were back in the day? Are they really going to let that happen? I feel like there's going to be a lot of pushback from people saying, I'm not viable. Fix this. Make my ability hit harder. Make my base spirit more. Make me have more MP5. Whatever it is, I feel like there's going to be a lot of... I'm not viable and you need to fix it. Every spec in this game needs to be viable. And, you know, it wasn't. They're going to hate WoW Classic. They're used to fast handouts. They haven't gotten to attunements. There was one attunement in Legion, Karazhan. And there's one attunement in BFA. To unlock Siege of Borealis or King's Rest, you need a certain reputation. It's not necessarily an attunement, but, you know, a bit of a hurdle. You don't think WoW had existed in Classic? No, it was not bought. And they got bought out by WoW Classic. What resources? Yeah. There's also going to be a lot more add-ons for WoW Classic now. They don't know what it's like to walk until level 40. That was terrible. That was honestly one of the worst parts of vanilla. You definitely won't do 2 subs. Yeah. Done twinking in WoW. Only twinking you do now is IRL. Dude, what? Twinking has a different definition IRL, Hector. You sure about that? You sure you want to die on that hill? Go out with that statement? But that wasn't a real attunement. Those aren't Jack. I agree, Cass. I agree. I remember doing the attunements. I remember carrying the keys. Yes, I remember. Pepperidge Farms remembers. Alright, guys. That is going to do it for today's live stream. I'm sorry it got moved from yesterday to today, but I'm glad you all joined me today. We went over the Prot Warrior buffs. I didn't keep track of the Mythic+ keys for the VOD description. So I'm sorry if anyone's watching the VOD. I apologize. But thank you guys for joining me, and tomorrow we will be back at the same time, and then next week back to a regular schedule. But I thank you all for understanding that yesterday, you know, I couldn't get to my computer, had something to really tend to, and so today, yeah, we got three keys in. 2 were rip keys, I believe, and 1 was good, and we went over all the Prot Warrior buffs. Looking good, man. Step in the right direction. Not done. Step in the right direction. Give me a little bit more rage. Just let me have a little bit more rage, and we're good. We're good. Making poisons, yeah, for sure. Cass, there's also Cass. You know what? Here you go, man. You are here, and you're always very productive, and so I appreciate that, man. Hey, Beast, I have a question. Yeah, for sure, Psychopath. What's your question? Yeah, no problem, Demon Hunter. See you tomorrow. Yeah, see you guys all tomorrow. I'll try to edit. Like the Prot War, or I'll try to keep editing the Ataldazar guide because I have that audio already edited. But probably gonna be doing the prop buffs first. Want to hear that rip truck take out the trash again? I got lucky right before I started streaming. There was the landscapers trimming all sorts of stuff right outside with a little chainsaw, and all I could hear was a chainsaw. As soon as I started streaming, they walked away. I think they can smell the rip keys. I think they were, you know, over there just trimming the landscape, and then they were like, "The hell is that? You smell that? It's gross. Get the hell out of here." Yeah, no problem, Cass. Thanks for always being here, man. I appreciate it. I have the add-on that threat plates, but you cannot see the Gahoon icon on 10+ keys. You have shadow unit frames? So I use shadow unit frames, and it shows the buff, the Gahoon buff here, where the buffs are when I target people. But you want to see it on the nameplates, like on the actual plates. I don't know. I don't know threat plates. I don't use threat plates too much. That being said, I think there's a way of doing it. Does anyone here use threat plates? There's a way of showing debuffs. I don't know where exactly it would be then. I mean, you would have to look through your add-on. I don't know where that would be. You have to manually add the symbol of Gahun debuff, says Invasive. So Psychopath, I know you're over on Twitch, and there's people. You can see on the screen. Actually, you can see the chat on the screen. Good luck with your raid progression tonight. Thanks, Invasive. I appreciate it, man. You have to manually add the symbol. You use an add-on for it that marks by color who has the threat. Yeah. So Psychopath is using threat plates that marks by color who has plate. Yeah. So you're using like tiny plates or something maybe. I don't know where it would be. I don't use any plate add-ons. Sorry, my friend. Marks by color who has threat. You're here on YouTube? Oh, for sure, man. Did I miss the chant? One of us? One of us. One of us. Cass just joined us. It's alright, buddy? Yeah, for sure, man. Alright, I will see you all tomorrow. Again, thank you all for stopping by and for wishing me happy ribkeys. And to please the RNG gods, I had fun, guys. It was there was a lot of people here today, too, wanting to see the Prot Warrior buffs. So, shout out to all you guys who joined. I hope you guys stick around. And I'm also open to all sorts of content creation. Tomorrow, I will try to do a giveaway. I'm going to reach out to Brittany to try to see if I can get another one of the keys. So tomorrow, if you guys are here and you can log in, maybe another giveaway. Probably. I'm going to reach out to her right now, but probably. New to Prot Warriors, should you prioritize IP or shield block when you tank? Natram, it depends on what you're tanking. If you're tanking mobs that auto attack, like melee mobs, prioritize shield block. If you are tanking mobs that either bleed you, poison you, or cast spells, then you do IP. So that's the short version. You need to know what's hitting you so that you know how to react. So yeah, if you're like running freehold, the first few pulls have the rogues that do poison damage. You shield block until that poison damage goes on you. When that poison damage goes on you, start IPing. But yeah, you need to be able to switch depending on what's hitting you. Will we slap Moira and Ironforge this time? The thing is, you can fly in all of Ironforge. That's the one thing. I need something that dismounts you, because I want that run to the prize to be difficult. I want it to be difficult. We'll see. Run naked through the streets of Stormwind. How many people can you hug while naked? All right, guys. We'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I will see you all tomorrow. I thank you all for joining me again. And BlizzCon soon. WoW Classic demo soon. See you guys then.